Wasa unajua wana believe. Ni kama mtu akisema wewe sina
Nilikuwa class 4.
Ulikuwa class 4 imeingiaje kwa hii conversation?
Alikuwa class 4. Yeye ndio anakuambia.
Nimesikia 4 mahali.
Unajua yeye ndio elewi. Ndio apati.
Mimi ndo sipati.
Ndio upati rhyme scheme. Huyu ni before hapana nilikuwa class 4.
Nilikuwa class 4.
Therefore.
Okay.
Hundi alikimbia mbio.
Mimi tusimuulize.
Ni huyu
Of all the images you have of Kasmuel. Uko na Kasmuel akikimbia.
Alitoka Siaka, ni huyu nimekumbukia kwa nywele.
Wow.
Nilisikia tu.
Must be nice.
Ni wewe?
Ni mimi bro.
Lakini ulikimbia.
Sasa utafanya nini?
Mgoni ponyo.
Utafanya hivi.
Hata kama ni wewe. Sema if you were
kama ingekuwa wewe ungefanya nini?
Ulijuaje hapo iko open?
Haiwezi kuwa. Lakini sasa utasimama. Heri tuende tupate imefungwa.
Wewe kwanza uko na wanyaliruka ile nini? Unajua Olympics wanang'ana kukimbia huko kwa makipterere kipita. Na Kasmuel hapa
walikusahau by mistake, si ndio?
Ubaguzi.
Ababu na mwamba.
By the way,
you fail to spot.
Anachukua badis alafu anatuacha.
Wasiri wa michezo. Lakini uko na talent mingi ya kuongea Kisungu, kukimbia kama risasi, kuruka juu,
ni kujaribu
kuruka viunzi vya Nation Center.
Kasmuel.
Dark times.
Kasmuel Kipiegon.
Dark times. Kiprotich mimi.
Kiprotich. Ulikuwa kwa suti?
Sasa utakuwa
na alikimbia na suti. Sasa sasa imagine
angekuwa kwa
akivaa zile viatu za nani za terga zile Air Max. Alafu sasa vae kinyasa hivi alafu na vest
kaptura
wewe, alafu unajua hii pia inastopisha upepo akinyoa kabisa aerodynamics
streamlining.
Hiyo sasa nani Kasmuel?
Oh
my God, Kasmuel is about to break a record.
Omanyala hawezi kuona. Na hapo ulikuwa njaa.
Hapo sasa
Je,
ungekuwa umekula ugali.
Sasa wewe umeanza kuuliza maswali.
Hapa.
Wewe by the way umeanza. Wewe maana maswali za Joe. Okay, as well, ushamuuliza kila kitu basi. Ushamuuliza kila kitu basi. Haya basi. Fanya kipindi basi.
Hapa ni kizungu tupu. Hii ni kizungu tupu mimi.
Na speaking of njaa, kimi nasikia njaa man. Si hata mnisaidiana na chai na nini?
Mtandao kidogo.
Yeah, inakuja. Si hata muorganize nini.
Kakitu.
Kamkate hivi nini?
Ka snack. Ndio sasa mimi ukinituma snack.
Nimesema mkate specific.
Umejua gani snack? Unajua mimi mlio.
Kuna watu wezi tuma snack hapa.
Huyu anaweza leta hapo ugali ka snack. Anaambia boss ulisema unataka snack.
Tena kuletea kamugati.
Ugali na mboga
na kuku mzima.
Atunaitaje?
Kamugati, toast 5. Sini snack.
Ndio kitu tu ya kupumua.
Toast.
Angalau.
Hiyo ni snack.
At least itupitishe hiyo wana.
Acha nikuletee.
Kama leo ni cartoon. At least.
Angalau. Unasikia at least.
Ushasikia ile theory ati mlu yake kula mchele amelala njaa.
Huyu hakuna.
Ati acha nirambe mchele.
Acha ninuse.
Na do you know it is true? Yeah. So Steve K.
Yeah.
amazing artists, A-lister,
Yes.
Luya music, amazing.
Yeah.
So we did a song with Steve K. We've done 2 actually.
Right.
So I go to visit Steve K. So tukaingia. So I get Steve K akikula rice. Akikula rice na nini, something na chai.
Yeah.
So tumeka kidogo hivi tukaongea kwake tukaa 1 hour like this.
Yeah.
Then anasema sasa nataka tupike. Nikasema tupike, see I walked in you eating.
Ukikula.
Ati hapana. Alafu Steve K ni cartoon. Ati hapana. Nilikuwa nakula yako kama mchele, nilikuwa back lunch. So nilikuwa najitayarisha hapo. And he cooked ugali with kuku and we ate with him.
Yeah.
I was like,
after hiyo yenye ulimpata.
Nilipata kula mchele bro, wali with something I don't remember what the stew was.
Yes.
Na chai.
But it doesn't count. Unajua Mluya anaweza kunywa chai akingoja chai hivi. So hiyo ni hata hizi ndio naelewa, namuelewa.
Ulianaliza. Tukulete chai ama soda. Leta soda tungoja chai.
Tukingoja chai.
Ngoja chai. So Dapperman is actually living true to his roots.
Yeah.
Most people get shocked with him. Mimi nishamzoea.
Hapana.
Naona anafungua
vitu nikizoea. Hai. Naona umeleta queen cake.
Inaitwa kumbafu.
Naona umeleta kumbafu.
Dapperman.
Hii ni snack tu.
Kweli.
Hii ni snack.
Kuna lunch yako.
According to Dapperman hatujakula lunch surely. Snack.
No, this one is your snack, special snack for you.
Unakulanga
nikushikilia tu.
Kasmuel, angalia hii. 1 2 3 4. Hizo ni kumbafu 4. 1 2 3 4 5 na 5 ni hizo bread na chai.
Sasa ukienda kwa Waroma, fanya chenye Waroma wanafanya.
We Waroma ndo wamekuja kwa. In this case, Waroma ndio wamekuja kwangu. Yeah, na unanema nifanye venye Waroma wanafanya.
Kula tu mali utawachia.
Mali utawachia ndio.
Miwa ni by the way, now normally I don't serve a lot of food. I always feel miwa rather kidogo nikiongeza many times. Ukijaza hivi hata sasa kula.
Mimi hiyo heri ujaze.
Kwani wewe ni photographer?
Ukisema kitu nikaiona exactly vile naikanga mimi. Yeah, kuongeza ukiongeza yote. Hey.
Man, it's okay. Kamera ishaona, kula tu. Kamera ishaona.
Watu nyumbani hawataki. Wanakuandaa sasa.
Imeangukia kwangu.
Imeangukia kwako na wasikisha meza hapa.
Sijatingiza.
Unatingiza meza
imeangukia.
Sijatingiza meza. Unajua?
Oh my goodness.
Ukipita na chuma kwa spark.
Wewe uko homa hizi jua but bila jua kimefanyika. Nani sawa?
Sasa what a comparison.
Ukipita na chuma kwa spark. Lazima spark itafuata chuma.
Makosa sio ya. Bendera ufuate
chuma itapata spark kama spark inapata chuma.
Bora zishike.
Haya. Piga kitu bro, piga kitu. Useme
alafu karibu aipumue ile shida. Mimi sina kitu na ikianguka. Tumemwangalia.
Unajua
kitu ilikuwa iende wapi?
Okay, nimeregesha.
Chukua watu wa kwenyu wanasema nakutesa kwa kipindi.
Ni kama nashuku.
Unajua mimi uko na shida. So nikicheka sana. Hizi makokoto, you see this? Unaona hii na hii, wacha nikae hivi. So hapa na hapa nyukwa zinakuwa uchungu. Alafu unaona zimeriemo. Sasa hizi zimeanza kuuma. Na hatujaanza kipindi.
Hatujaanza bana.
Kasmuel, shika sapia. Akiwa hizi makokoto zinaniuma.
Nitakuwa nauliza prior kama yuko.
Chukua kula baba. Nisikue tulikuita atu wanatesa mtoto wao kwa kipindi. Unajua kuna time imeenda Busia nikapata mafans wake huko. Tumefurahia sana uko na ndugu
Na una mega tu hivyo unamumunya kitu bila hata
Suweke
bila
uso
chesa.
juu. Mbona unakaa kama ukuli na unakula? Wacha wajue unakula.
Amemaliza anakula nini?
Unasoma comment huko kwa hapa. Oh, mwana bada. Mama ni live. Anasoma comment. Dawa mama tuju somea comments hapo. Na mbona macho yako ni red? Kwani inakunyonga? Nikusaidie na chai? Oh,
Niko sawa.
okay. Uko sawa? Dapa man. We? Ushai adopt mtoto ukapata now is that thing you never knew you wanted or you never knew you needed. Ndio huyu. Mako meletea mkati ya brown.
Sasa hii.
Wewe.
Hii. Ukipaka bulio banda. Najua bulio banda.
Ukipaka nini?
Bulio banda ni kule mwisho. Kuna matanga nilienda.
Serikali achilie pesa ya capitation.
Sasa. Kuna matanga nilienda. Na
Ngoja kwanza niume. Juu mimi njaa inanimaliza. Ngoja. Hii ulifanya hivi mara ya mwisho lini?
wananyegesa. Hiyo sasa ni kunyegesa.
Dapa man. Dapa. Shut it. Uje chai moto ikipita na mapua wewe.
Na lips hizo sasa. Sasa hizo zinapoesha hiyo chai. Hizo lips zinapoesha chai. Sasa umenyegesa. Weka kwa mdomo. Jana nienda kwa matango akasema watu wa Nairobi ndio wanakula mgate yenye kona buluo banda. Na mgate ilikuwa ya super loaf. Iko na sweetness. Wametwanga nyanya wakaweka kwa mgate. Ulikuwa ukikula hivi. Na fido kwa Nairobi. Alafu kama kusema ile choo ile ni watu wa Nairobi.
Na ukaenda huko.
Usai feel yo
Yani
comfortableness.
Sasa shida ni mimi na kama mtu wa Nairobi. Sasa mimi ndo kwa mtu wa Nairobi. Hiyo choo.
So alafu pia kuna kwa na maji ya watu wa Nairobi. Maji ya Nairobi. Ongeza mkate.
Chai ni ketepa. Wewe umechukua mandazi nyingine. Rudisha mandazi hapa. Chukua tu
unaona ilikuwa many strategy. Nazirusha chini.
Dama manusha yangusha ichukue tu. Mic yake imeanguka ndani. Hiyo ni mic mpya mmejavunja.
Kisoma comments.
Mmevunja mic mpya. Shikilia tuna mkono, chukua tu mandazi yako hapa.
Umeona hii strategy yako?
Unaangusha na kukupe. Ushaangusha sasa chukua tu.
Gundua. Ndio njia rahisi kabisa.
Shida ndio ananigongea nini? Ananigongea meza.
Tushike tu mic hivi tu vizuri tu. Hivyo.
Sasa ananigongea meza.
Nani amegonga meza?
Hata anajua napenda.
Okay. Unafinya tu hiyo kitu tu hivi yani bila hata
bila chai imeenda wapi? Bila chai. Chai iko na masaa. Unajua mimi sasa
unachapa aje kitu kama
switch ni wacha sasa nikwambie. Nishachwanga chai karibu njagi. Hapo nje. Nimekunywa chai karibu njagi. Chai nishatwanga sasa nasindikiza.
Sasa unasindikiza
so inapata chai kwa tumbo.
Kumbafu inapata chai kwa tu, sasa inafanya digestion.
Yaani unamumunya tu kitu hii.
Sasa
unailamba.
Unaanza kufanya hivi. Kidogo.
Okay.
Ukitaka kula kiustaarabu, you can just phone like this.
Nikwambia hakuna ustaarabu hapo.
Hakuna.
Lakini
unaona sasa mimi Kasmuel ukitaka tuelewane, never try to joke with the food. Hapo kwa food I can speak a fluent English.
Unakusikia?
Mwambie you are fairly warned.
Fairly. Terribly. I'm giving you warning. Never try to joke with my food. But sekta chakula, there is a day he tried to remove some, to bring a mujadala about food. Tena mtu anasema tusikule kwa matanga.
Hizo ni gani?
Kasmuel.
Hiyo hapana.
Hebu niambie.
Hiyo nayo hapana. Hiyo usikubali.
Sasa tunakula tuna mgeni atakunywa kitu shua.
Ndio nataka kumuuliza.
Angalau maji. Ndio nataka kuniuliza.
Kuna wimbo kwa Kiluya nisemanga. Kuna
Yeah, you might as well muulize show ikiisha. Yeah, muulize show ikiisha. Take your time. Ni hatuna haraka.
Nataka kuniuliza.
Kwa nini sikui?
kuna wimbo.
Mbona wewe ufiki?
Kuna wimbo kwa Kiluya inasemanga omwene dala sangala kubakeni basangala. Mwenye boma anafurahia ndio mgeni afurahie.
Ukiwa mwenye dala sangala.
Mwenye dala sangala. Kula.
Mbona unanipoint? Mimi nimekukosea. Si ukae tu chini. Kaa tu.
Ukiwa na pusi kwa boma before ukule, ukiona hata mgeni anakuja kwako na uko na pusi, Kasmuel, mtu asiwahi kupea chakula ukaanza kukula kabla hujapea pusi, hapo mgeni amejua nyinyi kwanza mjakula.
Njoo pusi pewe kwanza.
Pusi pewe kwanza kwa boma.
Kama una pusi,
wewe rusha chini mababu wakule. Ukiona tu mgeni
musangala.
Omwene dala sangala, wakeni basangala. Kula kumbafu.
Mgeni asangale basi.
Si ndio? Kwani bado hujasangala hata kama shwari.
Kuona mwenye tunapinya.
Kumbafu tatu bado mwenye dala hajasangala.
Kuna maji yako.
Mwenye dala kumbafu hajasangala. Kumbafu zilikuwa 5. Akakuwa ya 3 mwenye dala na bado hajasangala.
Imo gati inakuanga na sukari.
We serve mgeni. Unataka kula mkate mpaka mkate si umekula. Umesangala nini? Hii nini yako hii? Hebu nisangala hapa mwenye dala. Unajua mimi na mwenye dala. Na ueno puzi.
Embeba yesito. Embeba yesito.
Hiyo ni
panya ya sto. Inaweza kosa kunona.
Ni kweli. Ni kweli. Hiyo si uongo.
Ati mnaenda panya aje?
Embeba. Sto. Panya. Kasmuel.
As in, sijaenda show yani nimecheka tu yani.
Hey,
kuna kulia mbele usijali.
Ni sawa, sasa
lakini huko tunakuanga na positive vibe.
Ni kweli.
Kasmuel kwanye gimoro juu jamaa hata kupea.
Ile maji yangu iko
kwanyo hii kitu na chukua sabia ndio hiyo kwanyo hiyo.
Unajua mimi na sijaweka.
Wasiseme utoka uomoke.
Nita
Waseme utoka uomoke. Hadi Kasmuel sikuje akuli KDF.
Kumbafu.
Kwa nini
akuli KDF na venye wamemkimbiza? Si what I did there.
Hiyo ni kali. KDF alikimbiza. Ndio sawa.
Ndio hapa.
Sagala.
Unaisikiaje? Niwaambia si
Kasmuel utakunywa nini?
Maji kwa tu sawa.
Haya, Omosh, msaidie na maji ya Kasmuel. Huyu jamaa apangi kulisha Kasmuel kwa kipindi.
Kasmuel ndio nafaa nikuletee maji by the way.
Yeah. Inafaa but well.
Lakini unasangala bado, si ndio?
Panya.
Alikuwa ananiexplain.
Embeva bado inasangala.
Panya. Alafu anafanya hivi.
Panya.
Mimi store.
Ndio anakupoint at store.
Anakuwa anamuuliza store.
Ananiambia panya.
Wewe ni panya.
Boss.
Kama umenika store.
My work is on danger.
No, pole.
So nilimaanisha.
Ngoja kwanza, unaona kinafanya hivi? Feels amazing. It's been a minute. Alafu chai ni ketepa.
Kwa nini usizomu?
Ukitaka chai yewe brother, nunua ketepa.
Korir.
Korir ni.
Korir una. Ngoja ni inject. Korir umekula lunch? Bado. Maisha inakuanga hivyo.
Ni kujikaza.
Kujikaza tu.
Unaona venye majuisi zinatona. Wacha ninyolo ya mwisho ndio tusagala. Hiyo chai.
Uko sawa?
Hiyo chai bro. Hiyo ni ketepa. I know it. Toka tuzaliwa unajua ketepa ukionyangu like. We. Hizi mkate zilikuwa 5 dapa man.
Hata kama ni panya ya store.
Wajini. Tema yote. Ngul. Tema hapa.
Unachukua.
Uko serious umetema? Dapa maniawa.
Lakini kumbe inakuwa na chumvi.
Umesema hiyo hujafurahi.
Hujai kula brown bread?
Naionea kwa TV.
Hujai kula brown bread?
Si unaletanga super loaf ya sukari ile. Ndio analetanga. Kunywa chai. Cheka tu Kasmuel.
Nanyongwa bana.
Nani ndio hiyo? Pia si waota.
Dapa man. Toka hapa.
Wewe.
Just go. We enda tu. I don't know where you'll go. Enda tu. Dapa man. Shika hiyo.
Nimekuambia.
Enda usagala.
Panyasto. Kula tu.
Kwa show host amemaliza. Sasa inakaa ni kama mimi ni mtu wa mchezo.
Ndio tulianza mapema.
Napatia Dapaman kumbafu anasema ati we kula tu. We kula tu na unanipa unatoa mkono hivi. Dapaman.
Ai. We? Okay. We, kwani umekuja na watoto wenyu kazi? Muneza amekuja na watoto wake kama Pamela amenini. Sasa, I've been seeing the guys commenting over here, RIP Betty, RIP Betty. I can't talk about it because I have not confirmed. Okay, so that is why I'm trying to lengana nayo kidogo. I will confirm and then we'll also give her a moment of silence if it's true. I'm hoping it's not because October was a very dark month. And November pia kama imeanza hivi sasa naona tukikosana pia na November. All right, so I'll not talk about it now until I confirm. All right, so for now, let's focus on the show that we have now, then later we'll come and do that. Class, are we together? Thank you very much. The video, Pandisha. All right, what's up, everybody? Oga Obinna is in the building. It's Monday, and when it's Monday, it's time for some good vibes, time for some motivational and inspirational conversations right here on this platform. Karibu sana. If it's your first time here, buckle up. It's about to get bumpy. We want to educate you, but while we're doing that, we want to make sure that you are entertained. So entertainment, full keep up with us, what we are about. If you're just tuning in, man, you've missed some amazing voices. We're here from Tanzania. They're called The Voice TZ. Those gentlemen, amazingly talented. Check that episode out. And also, you're right on time for this one and the consecutive ones because we're going to be having another two members of parliament are coming through. We're going to be talking to them as well. Also, we have TikTokers coming through. We have Prince Inda coming through. So it's going to be beautiful. That is Kibagendi and also Macarena. they're coming through, but you're right on time for this particular one. He's a member of the family. He's a member of the show. He's a family member. He's been here many times before, and now we are back with him because now we just want to celebrate Baba and also see what's happening, what's going on in his life, what next for him, his career, and what's happening on those fronts. I'm speaking about the one and only Kasmuel Oure. Makofi tafadhali. Oure. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Uko firi?
Sana.
It's been a minute.
Siku mob.
Last I saw you hauko na smile. Hata leo Dapa anafanya kazi poa.
Dapa manaye
amefanya ukacheka for one sasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've been in a very tight spot. How are you holding up?
It's definitely tricky. It's kind of confusing. Chiefly because, you know, when you work with someone like Baba,
okay.
Baba feels very systemic.
Okay.
You think he's never gonna die. And I'm not saying this because of whatever, because he just gets, forgive me, he gets shit done.
Okay.
In such a way that you wake up, the way you take the sun for granted, the way you're sure, kesho jua itawaka. You're just certain that whatever it is, I will call His Excellency and he's gonna sort it out. So it's been very confusing. Okay. I think I haven't believed it. I'm still in a state of shock.
Okay.
Every once in a while, even last week, I tried calling him. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because you know he's ako favorites. It's my famo, then
Baba.
Then his numbers over there. I tried calling it. I'm like, Ish, maybe this is just a bad dream. But then it's one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a rather confusing time.
Okay.
Just with that, and then even the noise around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you managed to mourn him properly? Ama bado uko kwa denial, bado hujafika phase ya ku.
Mimi nimekataa. I just think I haven't yet. It still feels like he's gonna come back.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, it still feels like he's gonna come back.
Okay.
There's you know, everyone's still working. So the people who are around him, I don't even think I've gotten a chance to to mourn because you're still trying to do this, or you're meeting with young people, you're doing the things that you would be doing if he was still alive. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I've not had a chance to really sit with all of it.
Okay. Takes time.
Yeah.
It might come sooner or later, but eventually he'll do the full circle.
Yeah.
Mine hit me a bit later when I was shaving my head.
Right.
That was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because when I had first, I was like, I saw guys going to the airport. I'm just like, hii kitu anatupanga, hii ni cinema ya kawaida.
Yes.
Until later, I was like, wait a minute. The guy, I even went all the way to Bond. I was like, wait. Went to the graveside. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So now that's when it starts. So for different people, it comes differently.
Yeah.
But you now being like his son, he officially took you and told people, hey, this is my person. You know, he's mentoring you, you know, so you could have taken it differently. That we're going to be talking about that in a short while. But karibu sana.
Asante.
Glad to see Afro bado iko.
Good to see you.
Nilikuchallenge unyoe, man.
Sikuona.
Sasa sindo. Haya, mnazileteni nini?
Unataka ulete
ama unapenda wembe makasi ama kisu?
Razor to the comb,
the
comb to the head.
So I did a challenge. I said I'm challenging Kasmuel. Akuwa kwanza kunyoa.
Lakini
morning baba.
Lazima ni nini?
Wacha kufanana tomboy ufanane achengo neko. Have you thought about it though? Has someone mentioned it anywhere?
So the thing about that, because I even was home, was at Lee, even in Karen and whatnot, and I remember going home and saying I wanted to don traditional regalia for Baba, and I met some elders and this particular lady who said, we don't just wear those things for granted. We don't just participate in these things for granted. And so for me, that's why I was like, okay, fine, then I'll just do regular stuff thing, regular whatever. Just because of due process. Also at the time I was thinking of shaving. It would have been kind of tricky because I was still around the home. Remember there was juniors, coronation and whatnot. Yeah, so I was like, I think I'll just...
Let me stay to this side. So unataka kuvaa mapien kuachi na manini?
Nataka kuvaa hizo vitu zote wazee.
For real?
Yeah. yote. Yeah. No judge work.
Oh wow. Okay, so kaamua ibaki tu hivi. Afro bado naona ina shine. What do you spray on the hair?
I'll just comb it and sheen spray.
That's sheen spray?
Yeah.
So these are jeans?
Yeah, ni jeans.
Si ya kufuga, like ile wacha tupake sijui nini.
I don't know if it works, but it's
avocado.
Yeah.
Paka avocado.
For me, it's just water and sheen spray.
Sheen spray.
Yeah.
Okay, suit, amazing.
That's
New suit, eh?
As is yours.
I haven't seen that. Thank you, thank you. Sasa unajua I'm learning. Siku hizi
Squeezy,
nikisimama na Kasmuel. Ulisema ni shule gani ile ulisomea?
Maranda School.
Ni shule gani tulisomea?
Maranda School.
The. Ya tukisimama hivyo sema, you know us, learned.
Yes.
Unajua suti inafichanga vitu mingi.
Ni kweli.
Unafanga sio unyamaze, unaweza jua mtu ni brilliant.
Alafu
akifungua mlango
then they clear all the doubt.
So karibu sana.
Asante.
A lot has happened since the last time we spoke. I think after we spoke is when Baba took you under his wings.
Yes.
Later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that happen? How did you end up being on Baba's side?
Man, so you know, Jacom had always tried to reach out, but he was also a very respectful man. That's the thing I really love about Baba. You wouldn't expect a man of Baba's stature to respect the whims of a young man. Because there's several times we were supposed to meet Baba, even during planning stages, even in July. In early July, I was supposed to meet, but I said, no, I'm not ready. I'm not. Maandamano zote zilienda kulikuwa na watu wa jeshi ya Baba. Where kulikuwa na men in black wenye eventually nikamkutana nao ofisini, and I was like, nyinyi watu nilikuwa na nyinyi kwa streets. Kwa like, yeah. Mzee alisema tuhakikishe uko sawa. I was so cocky in the streets because I was like, there's like 4 guys who are always just looking out. So I was like, it's like I felt invincible. Niko like hakuna kitu inaweza ni hapenia. Kuna hebu imagine umeenda place, sijui polisi akikam kuna watu wana ama sijui kio pahali kuna
protection of some sort.
And so it didn't happen. Even we even sometimes organized dream meetings as young people, even guys from uni. We were supposed to meet him at some hotel or whatever. I snaked that meeting. So it was one of those things where I was even shocked how cordial we became once we met. Because I had offered him a lot of resistance to start with. Because even there's a time Baba released a statement. Mimi nikatoa counter statement. Yeah,
wow,
no,
Kasmuel.
Baba, you're lying. I said, I used to say na mimi pia nasema.
What was the statement about?
Like, and it was just like a solidarity statement.
Yeah, don't solidarity.
It was solidarity with Gen Z guys.
Wewe ukasema?
Kaambia hapana, don't sijui nini our struggle.
Haya.
Nikakaa hivi nikasema whatever. Then now nilikutana naye much later.
Okay.
Kutana naye October. So June, July, I didn't accept. There's even a time, July, August, around September, we're coming from Murang'a. We were burying a friend's grandfather, and the president had gone to Kisumu. And I got a call from Governor Orengo. Someone was telling me Governor Orengo was looking for you. They just want to speak with you and whatever. And nikasema hapana, hii ni setup hii, mnataka niende nionekane pali rais yuko, ndio niingie kwa shida. I was setting such crazy expectations. I said, first of all, you need to ensure that I can fly. I won't drive and whatever. They were just like, oh yeah, send your details to whoever. Eventually, I chickened out and I snaked it.
Wakishalipa ndege.
Wakisha
shuali.
So
nikaingia namba yangu. Ndege mtu hawachangi. Unalanda kwa airport unasema guys, sasa nimekuja.
So nikakataa. Let's go on time. It was so funny because my dad had told me that he had dreamt. So my dad called me at like 7. Akaniambia nimeota that uko Kisumu na uko na president na uko na nini. Then nikapata hiyo call. Then Prezo alikuwa naenda. Anyways, nikasema tu it's a bunch of coincidences. So I didn't go. September passes, then October, after public participation is when I meet Baba now. And tulikuwa kwa Baba, tulikuwa na Gaucho, tulikuwa na Apio na mheshimiwa fulani anaitwa Ndolo. So you see, the way Capital works is it's a beehive of activities. You see what's happening at Opoda right now? That is Baba's daily life. That's how it used to be. Guys were trying to either get to his office or to his home and whatever. It's just that it was not televised. Yeah, and then now maybe people are doing it at a much, much larger scale, and they're just doing it back home. So we met. He had just launched his bid to become the AUC chair, and so we met at Capitol, and it was in and out. He was going to another office to his AU office for a briefing meeting. Na tukakutana naye na tukaongea. So first of all, the thing that strikes you about Baba, because Baba has always been like a mystical figure in my life, I thought he was this really tall guy, you know, because he is, how are you, Raila Odinga? Then you get in the office, young man, and then he just disarms you, and he's such a gentleman. Chill, amekaa hapo. He has like a whole map of Africa hapo. So mimi nimekaa, I'm dumbstruck. Because you know, everybody thinks that they have something to tell a person in power until you meet a person in power.
Then you're silent.
Yeah. I thought I had things I wanted to tell her or to tell him or ask him. I got there and then you just hear that thing for, cheesy. Then he senses if you're uneasy. So he disarms you. He asks you, so where are you from? Then Baba also knows someone. If he doesn't know your grandfather or your father, he knows your next door
and
neighbor.
Your clan.
Hey.
Yep.
And he visited them at some point, or someone married and he went for he knows something. Yeah. So he goes and he says, and he knows my people and whatever. And we talk for a really long time. And unajua your time, you're being cancelled online, inakupatia a sense of relief. Because niko like, sasa, Baba didn't have he didn't need me at the time, because it's PR baggage of sorts. You can't look at it from a trade perspective and say now that there's something really big I was adding to him. No. Yeah. Like it's nothing that he didn't already have.
Okay.
So tukakutana kwa ofisi, we had such a great conversation, and we're talking and he's regaling us with stories, and you know Baba had stories for everything. So you ask him, and there's always maps or whatever. You point sijui at whatever. Baba, what's that? Anakuambia, so sijui 10 years ago, I went here. This is what he had a story for everything. So he was getting late, and his team was getting jittery. Because you know, the way Baba works, ako on a clock. My analysis is, all he needs to do is just start walking. And everything falls into place. Watu wanafungua milango, watu wana nini.
Driver drives to the next destination.
Everyone, he turns like this. Watu ni kama wanaisoma, ni kama wanasoma hit map yake. Watu washasimama, watu wamefanya nini. But he was really chill. And now you can see his team is getting jittery, but utamwarakisha ni nani. Utaambiaje Raila Odinga that anarun.
Baba tuende, unatuchelewesha.
Wewe ni nani? Wewe ni nani utamwambia hivyo? So everyone is just like, so sisi ndio tunafinywa macho. Nini. But now he is chill. Akaenda, he was going for his AUC. Akasema, come to the house tomorrow morning. Mimi nikasikia kuchizi, nilikuwa nasema siamini. So tuko hapo, you know, just like celebrities. You want to take a photo, but you also don't want to. Because unajua LinkedIn influencers wamesema, don't take photos of important people. So niko like,
niombe nisiombe.
Mimi nikamwambia to Your Excellency, I don't believe this moment. I'd like to immortalize it. Can I take a photo? So ati tutotoa simu hivi tunajaribu kupigana, akasema nikasikia mlango umefunguka, his official photographer comes. Manu Hanson akakama mpaka tupiga picha. I was in like a pinstripe suit and a red tie. Siwezi sahau hiyo siku. So nimeenda nyumbani, nimetoka kwa hiyo ofisi nasikia kuchizi. First of all, mimi nilikuwa na rao na niko na picha.
I got evidence. Kwa
karatasi.
Huyu ni nani?
Na hakuna discrepancy.
Munanikaza. Got you. Munanikaza nani?
Na nimetoka kwa ofisi with a commitment to go to Karen
in
the morning.
Yep.
He said to be there at 7 maze. We were at the barrier at like 6:20. Asema bana Baba anaweza change mind. Sitaki. Atupate hapa kwa gate. So tumekaa pool, tumeenda huko juu. Got there, said, your time sina namba yake. And it's very hectic if you cannot reach him.
That's true.
If you're around Jacom, especially if you're around him in the fashion that I was, if you're like a a newcomer and whatever, it is really, really difficult. Because there's
There are
people who've been
hurdles.
here.
Yeah, they're protecting him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one, sometimes it's not even being done in bad faith. It's just that
Yeah, yeah.
this man is an institution. It's a system that needs to be protected. Sometimes your naivety could cost the well-functioning of this system.
Yeah.
Because Baba will never say no to anyone. Baba will meet everyone regardless. He will meet you. Na hakuwa na expectations. Sijui, si I'm a suit guy. If a guy like Gaucho is not a suit guy, sijui guy like whoever, nini. He would meet all of us like that. Never had expectations that sijui comb your hair, what, nah. Very progressive. So tumefika hapo. Then we sit in the house. Nikakumbuka kuna time, nilikuwa nimeambiwa bana, we umekasirisha mama wewe. Na mama pendi hiyo upuzi.
Ai, ulidu nini?
I think nilikuwa, I don't know what it was exactly, but unajua vile propaganda wa ina nini. There was a lot of sangwenyas. Unajua, just the same way someone will meet you, and if they see you're angling for something, they pretend that they want to bring you close. So I'd been told that mimi nimekasirisha mama. Ai,
Makasiria amenipinyi.
nimekasirisha amenipinyi na niliambiwa huyo sasa hata usijaribu.
Stima.
Baba, yani usicheze na ya mwalimu. Anyway, so tumeingia. Nimeinvitiwa kwa keja na baba. That's cool. But sasa meza ni ya mama. Sasa niko invited. Hey, tumeingia, nimevaa suti yangu, I'm very uncomfortable and stiff. Baba ni Ali Raiza, tumekaa. To invite, tumeketi.
Oh, umepata baba?
Baba alikuwa ameamka. 5 alikuwa ameamka. Ashafanya 5 kilometers ama nini. He was always moving. So ameketi, tumekaa, good morning, nini, nimeserve hizo mafood za uji, githeri na sweet potatoes or something. Then mama akaingia.
Kwisha wewe.
Nilikuwa
Kwisha wewe.
Nasikia kuchizi.
Nasikia kupupu.
Ai! Nasema nitajitoa kwa hii ngori aje.
Oh, no.
Then ameingia. Akasema, so you're the one. Ai! Nasema, yani ninaenda kupata hiki chapo mbele ya hii msomo naenda kuipata mbele ya baba.
Mama amekujua vizuri sana.
Ai!
You are the one, ni wewe.
Akaanza tu kucheka na akasema, tena akajama akasema, can you serve some real food? Go back and serve some food. Nilikuwa nimeserve nini? Afu najua hiyo kwake ni buffet kila saa. Ijalishi kama ni yeye peke yake, just a full buffet. Nikamwambia, oh, I don't.
Ulikuwa umepakwa juu.
Nilikuwa nimepakwa unakosikulangi nyama and animal products. Kwa nimepakwa mafood zinakaa tu nini? Nikamwambia skuli akasema sawa.
Do this.
Oh, thanks. Hiyo ni ile kubafu ilikuwa imebaki.
Ilishatoka.
Oh. Then so she says, it's okay. Very respectful, light-hearted, akatu roast, akatuchongoa, akasema, hey, kumbuka ukimbia stiliji unaona, ndio hii hapa umekuja hapa. Tukakaa. So I felt this sigh of relief. Okay. Now we talk with Baba. We have breakfast for like an hour and a half. Ametuambia mastori, sasa tumekaa. I feel a bit more comfortable because I remember him from jana, and I had time to kind of sit with it. Kasema, let's move to this other side. There's a gazebo. So we sat there. And we talked for a while. And I was asking him about Jaramogi, and he tells me about India. Adani had just happened around that time. Vitu kama hizo. Kaneme about the Gujarat province and whatever. He has very deep ties with India from his dad's days. So when Jaramogi had gone to... When Kisumu was just becoming a city, the Indians are the guys who Jaramogi somehow managed to invite a big shot from India, and then out of his travels. So he gave me a little book, and he told me, Baba always insisted that you had to study, because he was very well learned. Yeah, kukua hizi za una hii kitu yenye si tunapiga stories za jaba most of the times, but yeye atakwambia this is what this is, and then he could give you the science behind it. Okay. So he gave me a little book called 3 Months in India. I carry that book with me in my car everywhere I go. So I read it. It's a really small book by Jaramogi. Then I was also very interested that he would call his dad Jaramogi. I was like, it feels very, it doesn't say to my father or whatever. He speaks about him as
a person,
yes, as a separate
an external entity.
That's the same way anaongelea Nyayo, anaita Moi Nyayo or whatever, he would just say Jaramogi. And he knew how to separate the politician from his father. And a thing I learned early on is Baba never shied away from his whatever you would say, perceived weaknesses, or even his father's perceived weaknesses. He does not paint a perfect picture. He does not want you to think, see the way me nataka your approval. Yeah, hana a need for it. So we finish, and then imefika time ya kuenda sasa, because he stayed with us, tumekaa hivi, alafu anasema ngoja kwanza. Tunaenda tusema, oh, thank you excellency, whatever. Sema ngoja. Kaenda kapotea kidogo. Akarudi mazee, akapiga kila mtu. So wasa wamekaa hapo chini wasema sasa wale watu wasemanga baba apeanangi pesa ya kila naye. Hiyo time ilikuwa inapatikana niko nje.
Anapia sozo.
Gari sijui sija service, niko nyuma sijui rent, alafu so imetokea. Na tukamwambia kwanza tubariki. Akasema yes, you have my blessing, enda. So that I remember
on wangapi?
Tuko watatu.
Oh, you Gaucho and someone else?
And a Pio.
Okay.
That's the first time. Then we stayed for like a week. I didn't have his number. Then the thing about Baba is so addictive. Ukikana first of all, it makes you think that you're the only person in the world. That's the one mistake that you will make very soon after you meet. Ukikutana hivi unafikiria utakaa naye kila saa na wewe pekee ndio una exist kwa dunia because he talks to you like that.
Na ni wewe pekee anakujua.
Baba hashiki simu ya mtu mwingine akikuongelesha. Unaona hiyo kitu yenye sisi tunakaanga hivi.
Niko kwa WhatsApp nikiongelesha.
Yake inalianga kila saa. Baba's phone is incessantly ringing. But akikuongelea, yani unaweza fikiria huyu ni babu yako. And then mimi sikukutana na baba as a politician. Early on, I thought that is who I was going to meet. Okay. But I never met him as a politician. He just treated me like a mjukuu, like a toy. Because now it's been a week, na feel mazee sijaona baba, na nataka kumwongelesha. Alafu sasa, watu wataki kupatia namba yake, sijui nini. Then we went to
Tumeomba Gaucho.
But sasa, siku anataka pia ikwe
wajue unatafuta namba ya baba hauna.
Mimi sina.
Hauna namba haja na wewe ni. Okay.
So we went to some particular function na nakumbuka I was so afraid. The first time I went to Homa Bay, there was a function. What was this? Akina Mbadi had just left ODM to go into cabinet, and Governor Wanga had just been installed as the chair. So this was her homecoming. Na baba ndio alikuwa guest of honor. First of all, Governor Wanga anajua kupanga vitu. So nikaenda Homa Bay. Nikajipeleka nikasema hapa ndio nita time because I'd just been seen with baba. It made things easier. So I found Governor Wanga's number nikamwambia, "Hey Governor, I'd like to come to Homa Bay. I've seen you have a function. I'm informing you I might need maybe accommodation or whatever." She said, "Kuja." And we became friends. And I was given a chance to speak.
Where did you get her number?
Number ya Governor Wanga nilipata in a very funny way. There's a comrade of mine anaitwa Onuko, Wilson Onuko. He's a young man, Gen Z tu, mwenye anawak na hiyo team ya kina governor. So yeye ndiye aliniambia, somehow he got my number, akasema, kamaradi, nimeona kuna function, please kuja. Nikasema siwezi kuja, unajua time bado niko na airs agents, siwezi kuja pale nje, sija organize hiyo. But akasema wewe kuja tu. And they actually really hosted me really nicely.
Okay.
Tukaenda, but then akanipatia chance ya kuongea. Akaniambia, she even did a TikTok video with me, the first one. Governor Wanga was the first person to welcome me into the Orange Democratic Movement. So tumeingia, but tuongelea governor baadaye. Alinipatia hadi chance ya kuongea. It's a different thing kuongelesha watu kwa kanisa, kwa nini, then upatiwe watu 15,000 kwa rally waongeleshe mbele ya baba. Dini yangu yote
Wamama hai
sawa.
Jifunze kuna mimi. Warembo mafisi tibim. Tialala.
Ukishamaliza unasema nini?
Jeshi ya baba.
Sawa.
Sisi tuko ndani ya Broadway.
But kumbuka kila mtu ashasema hizo vitu. Kila mtu si ati unaongea ati wako. Kila mtu ashasema. Sasa baba amekaa, amesema there's even a young man here. I would like to welcome Kasmuel Oure. Governor ndio amenipatia microphone. Nilikuwa naongea, crowd iko hapa. Nilikuwa naongea na baba huko. Alafu baba vijana. Sasa sisi lazima tuunga. I lost everything. Governor Wanga signals me and tells me, ongea na watu wako his side. She turns me and I fumbled it. But then I finished. I thought this was the biggest blunder of my life, but then I just walked and said hi to Baba. I said, Baba, I do not have your contact and whatever. So that's why I asked. I got Baba's number from Riley.
So Baba gave his number.
Hey.
Andika 07.
Nikamwambia
Baba told you his number.
Akaniambia nyuma, si simu yake inakuanga hapo nyuma. Akona nini. No, that was not his number. That one was, we set up the next meeting. Yes, because we were coming back to Nairobi. I wanted to know when I could meet him next. I've just remembered. I thought I could ask for his number, but I couldn't. So I asked for a meeting. Come, Your Excellency, there are things I would like to discuss. There's been developments. And we'll look for me in Nairobi, look for me on like a Tuesday. It's Tuesday or Wednesday. So tukamaliza hiyo vizuri Homa Bay. Mimi niko tu like sawa basi. Then I drive back, come back to Nairobi. So this time he's told me, come, kaenda. So the day he told me to come to Karen, I've just remembered, he told me to come to Karen again. So nimeenda Karen, this time niko peke yangu. But your time of day, tumekaa tumekula breakfast.
Wewe nakuraukia breakfast za wenyewe.
Wewe
Kasmuel, I'm sensing
ule Dapaman anafikiria ako peke yake.
Dapaman your brother is here. Mama ya kutime kidheri ya baba.
Alafu time poa kabisa kupata baba ni asubuhi.
Asubuhi after his walk.
Generally watu hawaamkangi mapema.
Yeah.
So hiyo nilikuwa napenda sana akiniambia tukutane asubuhi.
Okay.
Because like again it would be a good start to my day. Nikaenda Karen. Then he asked me, did you drive? I said, yes. Akasema sawa, follow us to the office. Tumeenda. Tukakaa hapo Capital, he was meeting some guys from diaspora. Tukamaliza. Ameniita kwa meeting. Niambia the people I want you to meet. Tumekaa hapo, watu wanajiintroduce. Because you know also they were important, ni watu wa nje. So wananiangalia, wanangoja nijiintroduce. Baba anasema no, that one will introduce himself later. Watu wote wakajiintroduce. Alafu akasema, that young man, that one is my friend. My Gen Z. Yani nilikuwa nasikia cheesy.
Baba considered you a friend.
Yes.
Okay.
So tunafanya hiyo meeting, ana explainia watu wamekuja hapo na requests. Zingine za maana, zingine outrageous. But unajua baba wana solve kila kitu. So amemaliza. So we do the meeting and he says, don't leave. I want you to take me somewhere. Hey.
Okay. Sawa kibeti ya baba.
Ananiambia wacha gari. So we come, when we're leaving, you come to the car.
To his car?
So tunaenda hivyo. Of course watu wanajaribu kuku elbow. Because baba ni force. Akianza kutembea, kuna like 4 meter radius. Hawezi penetrate. Yeah. So nikashuka tu. Fika kauliza, where is the young man? So naanza kuzushiwa, harakisha yeye.
Na ndio alikuwa anakuja elbow.
Haya.
Kaingia nye bubu.
Kaingia kwa gari.
Mimi nikafanya ngao.
Siwezi kwa sababu bado sina namba ya baba. Sina anything. Nikaingia kwa moti. Tukatoka Capital, tukaenda Citizen. He was going to his AU office, but akapitia kwa ofisi ya SK kwanza. Baba and SK are really good friends. Kwa hiyo gari, I remember it was after lunch, tulikula lunch, mtu akajaribu kuniekea samaki, akasema no, the young man does not eat fish. Akasema, yani unakumbuka?
Baba nakumbuka. He's a vegetarian. Patia airport.
Yeah.
Mrenda.
Kwa hiyo gari ndio tuli exchange contacts. But sasa mimi sikuwa nataka ile yenyewe, unajua ile yenye mtu anakupatianga namba, alafu hata kuwa na namba yako. So unataka kunini. Sasa luckily akaniambia, tell me your number. Nikamwambia namba nini, nikampatia zote. Kasave hivi, kasema just in case nimpigie pati ataja save asilenge, kaeka zote. Then he gave me his number, and then the thing that he does after he tells you the regular number, then he funguas the contact for you and he tells you this one advance for WhatsApp. Akushikia hivi simu. Save zote haraka kabla atoe.
Kapewa mpaka namba za WhatsApp.
Sasa nimepatiwa hizo.
Na nani alikuwa hapo sasa hiyo? Security.
So sini Dere, bodyguard, Excellency na mimi.
Wawili nyuma.
Wawili tu.
Ai Kasmuel.
Kaenda kwa nilikuwa nasikia kuchiza, niko sasa hii namba sasa nimepata. Ile namba mmekuwa mkininyima. Kwanza nyinyi najua muongeleshi.
Nyinyi hamuna personal number, mko na ile namba kila mtu ako nayo.
Nasikia
Na wewe ngoja, kwa hii gari mlikuwa mnasema
wewe utakosa kitu cha kusema na
Excellency. Of course mimi nitakosa kitu cha kusema.
Utakosa. That's the other thing. Excellency anakudisarm. Hana hiyo nini? Tumekuwa tukiongea kutoka kwa ofisi. Of course I niko shy and what not and he's going. First of all, mimi hata niko kwa gari hata sijui tunafanya nini. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm just happy. Yes, your excellency.
Ulifunga seat belt?
Of nimekaa hapo nyuma. Yes, your excellency, and then he tells you I think he used to live somewhere hapo Dennis Pritz.
Yeah.
Or something when he was a lecturer. So he's telling me stories. Luckily Baba is a fount of stories, anakuambia tu ma story. So tumemaliza tukafika kwa SK. Unaona vile unaingia interview, sijui naulizwa lazima ni lower window aone alafu anasema sawa. Yeye nilipata kila kitu imefunguliwa na staff wameline hapa hapo. SK ni beshte ya Baba sana by the way. Tukaenda and he introduced me. Akamaliza their business and he comes out and he says, SK, this one is my friend, he's my Gen Z.
Tukopatie show. Weka tena hotel.
Huko.
Mpaka ikata trema. Wewe mgiti. Kabisa. Ni jana yangu.
So okay. So mimi nafikiri imeisha. Then we go to the AUC office.
Wewe wacha wewe. Ukatoka tena hapa tena na yeye.
Tuko kwa hii gari. Si gari yangu niliambiwa niache Capital.
Okay.
Gari yangu iko huko. Hiyo mkebe.
Utaki hata kusikia mambo ya hiyo.
Chana nayo. Tumekaa hapo, tumetoka hapo Citizen, then sasa tunaelekea AUC. Kwa hapo Coca-Cola yake. And it just does something on the phone. Kila mtu anampigia. Hiyo time nilipata watu wanateseka, kuna ma-PS walikuwa wanamtafuta kina nani, sijui anataka wasaidie. Mtu mwingine anataka sijui ni there's a lot that he would do. Wasema sijui kuna project imekwama, could you speak to the president for us? Akasort tunaingia AUC. AUC office is such a beautiful office. Ikona the screen and then they've mapped out these are the countries we've talked to, these are the countries we've been to, these are the countries that are swame mark green, amber na red. Sema hawa ndio wenye hawa watatupigia kura, watatupigia. Kila mtu ako hapo tu prime minister. Like prime minister hata mimi nikasema hii jina hata mimi nikaishika sasa. Sasa tu mimi lakini mimi bado niko amwita tu his excellency. So tukamaliza then he gets into now his suite. So we sat down, sema tuletewe chai. Then it's the first time now he introduces me to Senator Ledama and to Junet. So he sat down and yeah, it's calm, it's cozy and whatever. Tukaongea. This one is now even towards usiku. Baba alikuwa na routine nyingine hapo yenye mimi singetoboa. Kama hiyo siku aliamka 5, we were leaving the A office at like 10:30 and he was still going for another meeting. So he tells Junet that this young man alikuja hapa, if you're going to bunge, whatever, just sort him out. I thought Junet would just tell me, take a cab and whatever. He was actually very kind.
Si baba amepeana instruction. Wewe baba anakuambia alafu naambia mtu take a cab.
But like he could if he wanted to. I mean,
because kwambia shika hii tao.
Akwambia ama shika hii tao 10 ama mbao uende zako.
Yeah.
But so he took me to his office in parliament first.
Junet akakubeba mpaka parliament.
Gari yake kwanza akapeleka kwa hiyo nini ofisi, met the people who were in there, then tukatoka kanipeleka Capital and I took my car. Siamini hii siku nasikia kuchizi, niko na namba ya baba, niko na nini, then nimeshakuwa beshte ya Junet sasa. So now from there it began. In my head I'm still waiting for the time when will we start now the politics.
Like the official transition. Like from today, coronation vibe.
Sasa tutaanzaje sasa baba, tutaanzaje sasa kunini siasa? Anytime I would meet, mimi sikuwahi kutana na baba as a politician, not a single day in my life. He would sit and he would tell me, so this is what you do. So I'd ask him, so how do you run a party? He tells me this is what you do. How do you run this? He tells me, no, I want you to take me somewhere. He was very hands-on, and ananiambia kuja uone. And we went in this because I've known Baba for for a year and a week exactly. Any time where he could go with a young person, he did. Tulienda na yeye, he organized nikaenda na yeye Addis.
You were in Addis?
I was in Addis. Hiyo time na Karango mbaya, watu wanasema mazee na ametupwa, ameachiliwa sijui nini.
Kutoa Addis huko chini hapo.
Then patiwa tu sijui nini. Enda. was Addis, there was even going around the country. Like he would just wake up. So Addis happens and the outcome was not what we had anticipated. And that night, people were very mad. People had gone and said, oh, you know, Sasa, President, I may betray Excellency and nini. But his first statement was, I know many of you now will start blaming President Ruto. You have seen that he's done his thing. He was always building bridges. It's like he would listen to and then consolidate it.
So he took it well.
In
private.
Alisema in public. See,
No, me, I'm talking about in private.
even for the loss of the AUC.
Yeah, when you guys were sitting together.
So the loss of the AUC, I sat with him just before the elections, and then March after the elections, because in Addis you couldn't access him until the dinner now. So during dinner time, he offered a very nini speech, and he was dancing, and he was very jovial. And you know the thing about that particular one, he withdrew. Mahmoud hakuwa ameshinda, hakuna mtu alifikisha threshold, akasema instead of us postponing it for another 12 however months, wachana nayo. So we wachana nayo, then we come back home, and now imeanza kuwa cordial because we had been speaking with him about the AUC.
Yeah.
And then now imeisha. Nimekaa hivi, now he would call randomly. No, before then there was a very AUC that happened this year. Enyi mwaka imekimbia sana. Last year December, so I met Baba in October, but in December I did this really crazy thing. I went to Eldoret. It's the first time I was seen in a photo with the president. There was kulikuwa na hiyo upuzi yenye everyone was trying to make it look like they're the ones who brought me to Jacom, and I didn't like it. So people think I went to meet the president because, I wanted to whatever. I was just telling these people that God is the only person who authors things in my life. Because I saw a poster, it was in Kapsaret. I just saw a poster and said, I'll go to this church, and I don't know, I don't care, I don't know what is going to happen. But then I had not learned that there are things you don't do, especially if you've taken a side for Baba, you don't do without his express authority. So mimi kierere yangu, I called up my friends. No one was free. There was just one babe who was free who took me there. She's called Mimzad. So Mimzad amedrive, tumeenda, kaambia sasa itakuwa
Nairobi to Eldoret.
tumedrive usiku, ndio tuamkie service asubuhi. Tumefika LD like 5, showered, woke up, because pia kutakuwa na convoy. Nini. Kaongea sijui nikapata namba ya PA wa Sudi, nimepiga simu, akasema sawa, kuja. So now I'm seeing, now the videos have started going and whatever. Then by some sheer stroke of luck, hiyo GRO, hao watu wa protocol wa Prezo, wakasema line inakatiwa hapa. Kutoka hapa mrudi ndani. Mimi nilikuwa hapa. Kumbuka nimekuwa maandamano, nimekuwa nikisema hizi vitu zote. Na Prezo anakuja. So Prezo ameingia, whatever, and he shook my hand and he called me by name. And I expected there to be this vendetta. Kukuwe na hiyo kitu yenye watu wanasema, unajua nini? Or kama umekuwa ukidestabilize, because I'd see, by December I was tired. Even that day I was just like, hey, I don't envy this man one bit. But he spoke to me very respectfully, called me by my name, you know that thing which people in power usually do, hii kijana naitwa nani? No. Said, Kasmuel, whatever, so how are you? Umekuja kuabudu? Good to see you. Nini tukutane kwa ibada. So we got in, whatever. Hiyo time, picha leak. Sisi tuko service, picha imeenda kwa mtandao. That niko na rais.
Kwisha wewe.
My phones are ringing, whatever. Just as the president is just about to go and speak, I see His Excellency H.E. Raila Odinga calling. Nimekaa hapa kando na hapa kando yangu ni mtu wa protocol ya hiyo team. Kwanza ni head wa hiyo presidential security unit kwa hapa. Huwezi shika simu bali rais ako kwa kanisa. Rais is just about to speak. Sasa utajifanya tuko hivi.
Si
utoke nje aje. Rais akiongea hakuna kutembea. Hakuna movement.
Okay.
Mfanye before ama after. So I miss Baba calls, I miss it. Nasikia kuchizi because somebody had told me usiwahi onekana na sijui watu wa state kama Baba hajakubali. I have not only been onekana na mtu yote wa state, I've been seen with the president. Because you see, this is a thing that people used to do around him, where they would want to see the president undercover. Yeah, so you want to like double deal. Baba didn't like that nonsense. He knew it would happen, but hakuya na tolerate. So I was like, this is not what that is. So I just see the phone ringing. It rang twice. I missed it. Because siko najua. Because like sasa nitakata nimtumie message. Me, I just waited.
I'll call you right back.
Text. Ati, I'll call you back. Please text. Mimi nikasema sifanye upuzi. Ni walo na liwe. Hata sikuwa nasikiza speech ya rais. Akaongea.
Kichwa iko tururu.
Akamaliza hivi. Kaambia rafiki yangu Mimza, tuende kwa gari na udrive mbio. I need to be in a silent place. I need to call His Excellency. Kwa nini happen? Wewe tuende nitakwambia mbele. Apigia Excellency anambia, Your Excellency, I'm very sorry.
Alishika?
I am very sorry I missed your call. I was in church. I'm in Eldoret and
Kajishtaki.
Kasmuel. How are you? Yeah, I'm in Mombasa. Have Merry Christmas. Akanitumia chwani. Nikasema
Kasmuel wewe. Kwani namba yangu ni kama ulipotezanga?
Ni kweli. Sasa nakumbukaje Obinna? Can you imagine the relief I have now that he is not only mad? Because for that day I just needed to know that he is not mad. That would be good enough for me.
Yeah, you're willing to apologize.
Yani
you're
whatever hata
like,
akisema maze kuja za hizi tusema to drive paka Costo. Then he says Merry Christmas.
Angalia pesa.
Akachana nayo, yani nasikia cheesy. Shukisha madirisha na uendeshe polepole. Because now we're driving back to Nairobi during the day. Best drive yenye tumekuwa nayo. We are yapping and I'm not in trouble. Then two, not only that, but also he told me, come to Kisumu because Pin Luo was happening. It's a 3-day festivity for all the Luo peoples from Sudan, from Ethiopia, from Uganda, wherever tulikutana, Gotramogi. Hapo Siaya. Kasema, because I'm going for Pin Luo, come over, then we'll discuss. Hiyo ni December like 20, sijui tukayo service 20 something. Like a week then nakutana na Excellency tena. For me now it started going up. So very early on, Nili learned that why am I getting away with these little things that look like really big blunders to other people? Because niliambiwa, even people who are close walikuwa wana propagandize, wanasema, we msee bana, we umechoma, kila msee anaambia umechoma. But anytime nakutana na baba, nika sijafanya anything. Kaenda Pin Luo. It was great. Did I meet him in... No, I didn't meet him in Kisumu, but I met him in Siaya. Okay. So we went, whatever, sat close. That time, also, you have acceptance from your people. Nothing is as good as being accepted by your people. Yani umeenda, sijui Luo land, na wase wamekukubali. Nobody's trying to whatever, karibu wewe mtoto wetu karibu. Because of Baba dad did that for me. So we do that. And so he says, well, no, I'll not be traveling. I'll be watching a match. We watch a match. Now, this is the biggest blunder. This is on 2nd.
Umechoma tena.
Oja nikuonyeshe. This is, I think, on 2nd of January this year. Typically, when we are at a function with Baba, I would be allowed to walk to and greet him. It doesn't happen. It's a breach of protocol, but for his special people, like his aides, his staff, his whatever, every once in a while you could go and say hi. I'm a young person, I'm used to meeting Baba in political circles. I don't want him to forget me. Therefore, when I see him, I will go and say hi. Somehow managed to get sat at the VVIP. So the presidents are here. The governors are up. Governor wa Siaya, Hapo Kando, and Professor Nyong'o, and Farouk is here. MPs are on the other side, and CS is hapa nyuma. General Muhoozi ako kwa hii line, mimi niko hapa. Nikangojea close to half time. No, nikangojea half time. Nikasimama. No, hii ni Siaya. It's a big stadium. It's Jaramogi. Raila Odinga'S is in Homa Bay. Jaramogi Oginga is in Siaya. Big stadium that just launched it. And nikangojea half time. Nikapenya. Nikaenda nikasalimia rais. Nikasalimia baba kwanza. Hey, Your Excellency, very happy to see you. Is it okay if I say hi to the president or whatever? I said, yeah, just held my hand. So your time, security inaanza kunihanda, hey, hey, ikaingia kwa shida na presidential security detail. Kuja, toka hapo. Baba akasema, wacha, stop it. Kanivuta hivi, preso akawaambia waacheni. So nimesalimia General Museveni, nikasalimia President Ruto, whatever, kaongea kidogo, kina Orengo, nikarudi nikaketi. I just knew something had changed because security got tighter around here. Sasa zile watu tukawatch tu game ikaisha. Oi. Sasa because there was supposed to be an address. Sasa zile watu wasimama tu hivi. Kaulizwa utakuja ama bado unataka kuleta drama? Nitakuja. Nikatembea tu, tukaenda, nimeharasiwa, nimefinywa surely kwa magari nini. When you breach presidential protocol, you don't get away with it. So,
for real?
Yes. Whatever happened, but then there's a force that's around the president. Yenye say, by the way, hawatakangi upuzi. That day wakasema, nini? What's happening? What is wrong with you? They're human, but they're also kind of cruel. Like, wait, shida yako nini? Unajua hii kitu inaweza tuharibia kazi or whatever. Nini. Then people were leaving. You know, Museveni was leaving with by road and whatever. People are supposed to go to some common airstrip. Nimefuatanishwa hizo magari mbio. I got very lucky because people were leaving. Kazungushwa, nikaulizwa unajua hapa ni wapi? Nikasema hapana, hapa ni pali. Kama hapa na hapa, uko na fare? Nikasema Kaniambia shuka. Kashukishwa gari na usiwahi rudia tena.
Tuko kwa Subaru?
Si kwa Prado. Na wale wasionya waonekani wako na gadgets kila pahali na mabunduki.
Wamekufinya finya?
I am sweating, nimekaa hapo. Hawa by the way wako wanakufinya, wanakuharas tu. But ni wakati as soon as I tell too that yao it's do or die. Hakunanga in between. Hakuna hiyo ati tutaku rough up. It's either we rough you up or we don't. I don't know what that squad is called, but kasema hivyo.
It's called FFU.
Yeah, hiyo fanya fujo uone. Nilikuwa na I think kapatano kwa mfuko. You know that sigh of relief that one, I've not been too brutalized too badly, and two, I'm not going to sleep in a cell. Nikajaribu ati kurusha, please take it. Wakakataa ati nikarusha hivi kwa gari. Wakatupa hiyo pesa yangu nje. Nikasema kuna mapolisi hawachukui pesa.
Au si mapolisi? What's wrong with you?
Kasema sawa
polisi. Those are not police, man. So ujaribu hapa kwa highway uone.
In the morning, Jacom called. And he asked, hi Kasmuel, how are you? I heard that you were taken. Are you okay? Like,
I'm not fine.
Of course, niko sawa. Kama baba heard. Niko sawa. Said, come over. Nini tukakutana Kisumu, and we spoke. Then now, it's just, so you see, it's like a series of blunders, but he just keeps I'm a PR nightmare. Like I'm a logistical, I'm just stumbling through protocol. Unacheki kila saa tu inaenda.
Wewe ni mkozi.
Yani tu kabisa. But people will tell me sasa umeisha kabisa. Then Baba
somehow
just
like pick to up to
you. He calls and he says come. Then Addis happens. Then during Addis we became really, really close friends. Then after Addis, now it's local, and he's doing the tours around because he came, then he went to Mombasa. I was not with him in Mombasa, but he came to Nairobi. I met him. We went everywhere. He went to Sijui Kisi, went to Homa Bay, we went to Migori. When we went to Migori, he sat down. That's why the photos of him holding my hand, he said, he introduced me. I was like, first of all, nimekuja hapa na baba. Yes, mmenipatia kiti, but hamni introduce. At the very least, simuni introduce. Nakaa hivi nasema, even you Governor Ochilo, see you, I know you are my friend.
Ulikuwa unaambia ama ulikuwa unajiambia?
Nilikuwa najiambia bana, nimekuja hapa hata si introduce you, nikasema, So he just does the introductions and whatever. Mimi nimekaa sijui uko kando, then everyone, they introduce Excellency. Kiwaru imeingia hivi, niko like, kila mtu ameintroduce mimi sijaintroduce. Excellency akasema, haya, whatever. Before aanze, akasema nimekuja hapa na Gen Z. Huyu ndio ananibebea nini. Come and say something.
in front of all of them.
Yes.
In their face. Where's you? Ungekuwa mimi. Unaangalia magavana.
Governor, by the way, that's the most confusing because like, but governor, you're my friend. Because I went to
Si ndio ng'o sasa inakuwa vizuri.
Nilienda shule na mtoi wake. We were in the same class quite literally. So, but then later I realized it's because Baba had said, utanini, so niko hapo, Jomigori, Nyinga Kasmuel, whatever, said it. Went, flew out. Now we had started like doing these things where Baba would do a thing, me nilifanya pressers, sijui broad based. The moment they signed that thing, I remember calling and asked, is this our true position? I just did a presser on, so they signed it on a Friday in KICC, for example. I did a presser on Saturday. On Saturday night, Baba calls me and asks me, what do you think? This is the first time Excellency ameniuliza, what do you think?
Baba anakuuliza, what do you think?
What do you think?
Of what?
Ati where, kwanza aliniuliza where, what do you think? Nini, tukaongea kidogo simu akaniuliza, where are you? Mimi nikadanganya. Kamdanganya, oh siko, sipatikani. I just said, I cuttered. So after that, he just said, okay, we'll look for time. I cuttered and I called all the wise people I know. Nikasema, I'm in trouble. Baba has called me and Baba has asked me what I think. I cannot afford to tell Baba, you know.
So you guys tell me, what do you think?
Yes.
Ukasema ukaita the three wise men.
Nikai got on calls. Got to a guy called Enosh Polo, nikapigia kena Osiani. Then my inner, the men who I just go to when you're in Najua, mimi nikiwa in anything, I'll call these people. I called my dad. Kaambia iko hivi bana.
What do you think?
What am I supposed to think if a person who's 80 has called you and asked you, what do you think? What are they looking for? Then spoke tena, kaambia, then he called me like an hour later. He spoke kidogo, I remember it was 14 minutes. He spoke, then he asked me, what are you doing tomorrow? Kaambia, Baba, tomorrow I'm free. He said, come to the house. Came to the house, kapiga story. We were there with Governor Ochilo, Siflani and Kamau. Then we flew to Wadalo's mom's funeral. Then we went to Kisii for a football match here at Shabana. Tumeenda hapo, nimepatiwa, Baba changed into his kit, and then kulikuwa na George. George was also like a very, kwa hiyo system ya Baba, hey, George made life so nini for me. I felt so my heart was broken by his passing. George alikuwa anaelewa, hey, kuna elbowing, but if you need to see mzee, I will always ensure you see him. Sijui Baba was giving Shabana $1 million, nimepatiwa nibebe, nimepatiwa manguo. Nasikia tu yani.
Okay.
Ni mimi.
Sawa mbadi.
Pesa nalala vigori bado. Amepeana. And it was just those kinds of things. There are so many stories. Like this one time, I did a rally with Morara. Your rally ilikuwa not too young to lead. And I told Baba, we were supposed to do the rally on like a Sunday. I told Baba on Wednesday, nilikutana kaambia, Excellency, there's something I want to try with a friend of mine called Morara. If it works, I'll tell you. If it doesn't, I'll tell you as well. So tukifanya pressers, watu wanasema, huyu ona amesaliti chama, sasa ameenda kuingia inject sijui nini. Mimi Excellency aliambia sawa. So we went ahead, did the rally. It was really successful. Morara is an awesome guy. Kama unaona hiki kitu, rudi kwa siasa, acha upuzi at your time. So we do it. Watu propaganda, watu wamesema. Excellency akanipigia. I think I called him the day of the rally. Sikumpata. After the rally, kampigia. Sikumpata. Nikasema, yenyewe watu wananiambia ukweli. Ameni-cut off.
Kuisha mimi.
And he calls. Saa zile tu watu wanafikiri wameniweza hivi. He calls me. We're seen in a photo and he tells me. And Baba, by the way, Baba does not tolerate gossip. Kika hivi unaanza kumwambia, oh, I learned that really early on when I would hear people, because you know what would happen is people would try to, you study and you hear the way people around him are talking. I'm like, okay, that I will not do, this I will not do, this I will not do. Yeah, this person, this one is saying you came the other day and they're wondering, this one does not like you very much. He would throw you on the phone, on his phone. And I'm like, okay. So tukitoka Kisii, he wanted to catch a match. I don't know what. There's like a place in Karen where you'd like to watch football. Na tulikuwa na George nakumbuka. That day it was just the three of us. 4 of us. Driver, George, Baba, and myself. Baba pekee ndo alikuwa mtu wa Arsenal kwa hiyo gari. Mimi na George ni watu wa Chelsea. Hayo day na tulimlemea. Akasema tu ni sawa. So now we went home, sat the gazebo, and now he's telling me this. And you know, people would tell you that now you have access because you're close to Baba, you can ask for tenders and whatever. Very early on I said, this is the one thing I will not do. I will not ask Baba for anything until he looks at me and thinks, you know what, this young man might. Yeah. Yes. So I had these chances of people who were like, oh, you could help us chase, just tell him to call this particular county to pay us and then we'll give you 30% or whatever. And I was just like, oops, you Mr. Fanya. There's people who would have like this model where to organize a meeting between you and Baba, you pay CG. People are willing to pay even 2 million.
They pay hata hao timu yangu kama sasa mimi ndio wanalipa security wakuje kutumia katao organize.
Sasa watu wako like
Baba ni level.
Kabisa hata 500k is the least offer someone ever need. But I was like, if this ever got to him that I'm doing this, I wouldn't live with myself. Alafu unajua hiyo kitu yenye uko na Baba kwa favorites. Na unampigia na anashika. Achana nayo bana.
Different level.
Kabisa. Sometimes I'd call him and tell him with my friends. Well, he would entertain that nonsense. So it was that. So I said I wouldn't. And that particular day I told him, yeah, so I've been doing this media thing and I'm scared for like work. And he said, don't worry. I'll take care of that. So Kamaliza, and I never sijui asked him or whatever. He would just figure it out.
Wow,
Zile anaona tu sijui nararuliwa sana. Kuja, come and take me sijui, because he knew it would make like those media moments. And like the most touching time, tulikuwa tunaenda Kisumu. Tulikuwa tunaenda Homa Bay. The jumble stories because one stories more. This is the last one takwambia of very many. Kulikuwa na Madaraka Day in Homa Bay. So remember on first, nilikuwa nisha misbehave. So nili blacklist hiyo kwa presidential security. So place yote prezo wako na kazi hiyo siwezi kufika kwa hiyo front row. Kitambo hata ningekaa hapa kwa hilo ya pili. Sasa hizi yes huko tu unaweza kaa VIP but huko nyuma. So he told me I want us to go for Madaraka Day together. So come to Kisumu, get to the house by 8 and then we'll fly together. I was like, this is the biggest opportunity of my life. We're attending a national function with His Excellency. State House ika bump up schedule. By the time mimi nafika Riyadh, naambiwa bana sisi tushatoka. Nilikuwa nasikia kuchizi. Niko like ameniacha nitafanya nini? Then I met this really cool guy called Eric. I like wametoka nini. I saw this guy and I said, this is His Excellency's car. Nikapark tu mbele yake hivi, alikuwa anateremka nikamwambia sitoki hapa, nipeleke niambie vile nitaniniwa. Oh, hapana, usijali. Jacoma alikuwa ameshaacha ripoti yako, tuende kwa hii hotel, tuende Royal Swiss, chopa yake iko hapo, utaenda na waziri wa Paranya. Just me and waziri tukaenda. Nilikuwa na kahivi nasema, yani utanisahau bado.
Yani the access you had, you guy.
Yani, so mimi nimekaa nasumbuliwa na watu kwa gate. Niko like, I don't even care much for the function. I could stay at the chopper, then when it's time to go back, we'll just go back. And true to my words, wakamaliza function na wakakuja. And he was like, Kasmuel, oh, nini. You'll go on this other plane because his plane was going with the family. But then, once you, waziri wa Paranya will drop you wherever. Chopa yake ikaenda ikamdrop kwake, think of Higa. Then ikatuleta Kisumu at the hotel. Then after that, you could come over. Kaniambia mimi nitakuwa hapa na hapa. Nikaenda and it was too late. I'm confusing these stories. Because the day now I slept in his house in Kisumu. I was with my friend Manu. Chana hiyo. Kwanza hiyo ni ya Western. Hiyo tukimaliza tulikutana but I didn't sleep there. I came back to Nairobi. Tukienda ODM ikienda ilikuwa Busia. Yes, ODM at 20 tukifanya hizo vitu we had a meeting in Busia. So tukaenda, I was driven by my high school best friend, he's called Manu. I left him in the car and nikamwambia you'll roam around but then you'll come and pick me at a particular time. So the one for Homa Bay, we were left at Dr. Oburu's house. It's the first time I actually spent time with youth leader. I even posted a photo and said the senators were bantering me, wakaniambia utatoboa. Sasa naona amekuwa party leader Dr. Oburu. Achana na hii nini ya youth leader Gen Z mwenzangu. But so we spent a lot of time. But now this time when we came to Kisumu, it was like we finished the festivities and whatever. Then I came to the house. I'd left my car because we flew out together. Come back and it's like 9:30. Typically 9:30 is not at crazy late. But he was like, oh, you see, whatever, tukaongea for a very long time. Then kasema, Excellency, I would like to leave. Akasema, no, I could sleep here. Kakuja, you know, it's like it's a palace. That one has like 72 rooms. It's a palatial home, and it has people who take care, who handle business there. It has homekeepers. Watakakama kanionyesha, this is the room, this is where you sleep. Got me towel.
Nenda kuonyesha.
Excellency.
Baba akakupea towel.
Baba.
Ai, Kasmuel.
I even have photos. And even the people are there.
Baba akakupea towel.
Mimi nililala kwa
No, kulala ni sawa.
Akanionyesha. I remember the bed is here. The bathroom is here. This is the nini with the paste.
Shika towel.
Nilikuwa nasikia kucheese. Shika toothbrush. Remember, my luggage is in the car and my friend Manu alikuwa
He's roaming around.
Kwa sababu nilikuwa nimwambia nitakwambia ukirudi, and then you don't know, it's not predictable. So nilikuwa tu like hapa ni Kisumu, nimegrow Kisumu, siwezi potea, nitaenda. In the morning he woke up before I did. That's the other mistake I made. Sasa baba amenipata nikilala.
How do you fall asleep?
Mimi the online nilikuwa tu zile. Alafu simu yangu ilikuwa off, but nilipata msee alinisaidia na charger. Akaamka in his exercise clothes because his dream is uko juu.
Baba alikuwa moshi.
Akapita hivi. Nilisikia tu footstep nini, nikaamka haraka nikajifanya nilikuwa nimeshaamka. Kaniambia twende nikuonyeshe gym. Nikaona gym, akaniambia this is where I exercise, he did those his pumps and whatever. So we did like a nice sesh. Kaniambia this is where I sleep.
Ulikuwa kwa gym na baba.
Yeah. Kaniambia but this door is locked. Nini tukaenda. And that's the day I was like, I think I'm never gonna meet the politician. That's the day it clicked. Because, and I was like, oh yeah, so I think to him, I'm just like
You're a son.
like a grandson or whatever. Because I would get away with such nonsense. Sijui nimekaa hivi. This one time he introduced me to the Central Management Committee of the party. Usiku tu saa zile na feel tumefukuzwa. Like he would take me places. And I sat, and that's the thing about meeting powerful people. Let greed never get in the way. Because without access, you could get lost in the source. Hiyo ndio kitu nilani, nilisema, I will never use his name to make money. Wacha niitwe mjinga. And he would see your need. He would say, "Hey, when nimeona umekawia, how are you doing? What is it? How are you sorting out? How are you nining in Nairobi?" And he say, "Okay, fine. Tell someone, ensure we yako sawa."
Tulikuwa nalipiwa tu rent.
Like it's one of those things where anything you needed, if it was constructive and it would lead to your well-being, Excellency would go all out. So if you told him that you wanted to go for a thing, a function or whatever, he would make it happen. And he wouldn't spare. The way he would be treated is the way he would want you guys to be treated. I had it was such a personal experience. That's why, for me, I even stopped talking about everything. I was just like, oh yeah, I've dedicated mine to His Excellency, the rest of his whatever. And he was always teaching. And for me, hizo lessons, that's the other thing. I really regret not having had enough training to deal with a person of Raila Odinga'S stature. Because unahitaji training, Obinna. Kama sahi, kuna mtu mwenye anaweza kuwa anaona yeye ni beshte yako na ajui, ama mtoi. Unajua mtoi yako anafikiria tu, unile msa ukitaka ice cream anakupatia ice cream. Unacheki, like it's very rudimentary, but he could pull strings, he could whatever.
Make things happen. To protect. Because a lot of people said when Baba pulled you under his fold, it was a protection for you, because that time it's like some people are planning for you.
Kabisa.
Uende Sayuni.
Kabisa. And I remember hata kuna time ingine Kaluma alikuwa ananiongelesha. Hiyo time tulikuwa mchukia sana kwa mtandao. Hata mimi nilikuwa nashuka naye mbaya.
Unachukia nani?
Kaluma.
Who is Kaluma?
MP wa Homa Bay Town. Kaluma, hata Alai, niliaishuka na Alai. But nikakutana nao, na funny thing, they turned out to be my closest friends in ODM. It's so funny. Kwanza hiyo siasa ndio kitu ilinifundisha, by the way, take hiyo kitu personal. Mtu kama Alai, for example, ni smart sana. Na anakupatia time of day. Kwa hivyo unamuuliza iko aje, anakuambia hapo una yumba, but don't worry, it will be like this, it will be like that, it will be like this. There's a day tukipanga 8 niliambiwa wewe on 7th night, wewe usifanye kitu, you're a marked person, you've been identified as a leader. Nikajam naambia unasema leader nini? Hii kitu haina kiongozi, doesn't have a leader. You need to go, we've organized for your transport, you would go to Lamu, lay low first before, nikasema acha hiyo upuzi. Tukaenda na mabishi zangu kwambia this is to the republic, tulikuwa tunachapa shots. Kasema kesho tutachukua republic. Na nikavaa pin ya badge ya Kenya na tie, nikasema hiyo siku republic ikianguka hivi sitaki tutangaze tumechukua republic na jeans. Nane tulionyeshwa moto, hata tukukaa hapo. Tukukaa hata 4 hours. Zaiona maandamano fupi kama hiyo. 1 hour. Yani unakimbiza tu pa meter squared kuna polisi.
No, kumekuwa na zile fupi kuliko hiyo. Ulize Recommend.
Well.
Afadhali yenyu ilikuwa 1 hour. Erika anashikanga, sisi boom pia gas ndani juu ya lori.
Acha kusumbua. Hiyo kitu tulikimbizwa mbaya sana.
So this was more of a protection for you.
Baba was that. He was
shield.
Yeah, just at the superstructural level, but at the personal level, he was really interested in, because how many 80-year-olds do you know who can call a 27-year-old who's not their grandchild? Yeah, and on the regular. It was
for something else.
We have stories for Baba, yani I could pick stories for Baba for.
Umeongea mpaka mtu anaweza fikiria stories za ajabu. Anyway unazipiga tuko zile, me I'm like, umelala kwa nyumba baba alafu umewaka huko na baba kwa gym.
Na Kasarani nikitoka America. I wanted to not go to America when I went for the fellowship. I went for a fellowship called Mandela Washington Fellowship.
Walisema baba analiorganizing hiyo.
Nisaidia sana because I went through a couple of states and whatnot. Hiyo iliorganiziwa na US State Department.
Okay.
I didn't want to go because kulikuwa na, it was just before the 18th, the commemoration of our maandamano. So I was like, I feel like I'll miss out. He said, no, please go and get as much skill and knowledge and represent us abroad. Then you can come back. So I did 6 weeks. Nikirudi hivi, hiyo time unajua tumekuwa tukiongea hapo tukiwa abroad. Anytime I'd upload and update him and tell him, Baba, you know, this is what we're doing. Then he would text you back and say, oh, congratulations, some cute thing. Nikirudi hivi, I think I came back on, could be a Tuesday or a Thursday. Then Harambee Stars was playing, what was this big match? Yeah, Kasarani and tulirarua watu Angola.
I don't know footballer.
Ama Morocco. Kuna yenye ilichezwa usiku. Inaweza kwa Morocco, actually Morocco kwa Angola ilikuwa baadaye. Angola ni usiku, Morocco ilikuwa earlier. Walicheza, kulikuwa na 2 matches zilikuwa. Anyways,
Harambee Stars was playing.
Harambee Stars ilikuwa inacheza na baba na
hiyo timu nyingine ilipigwa na Harambee Stars 20.
Ilifinywa. Hiyo day aliniambia come to the house on Sunday morning. Aliuliza what are you doing? So we spoke Saturday night. He asked me what are you doing tomorrow? Come to the house. Mimi as a principal is nilijiambia sita until ni make it, sitawahi kubali excellency anione na casual wear. People will tell me what, nasema nyinyi sawa, he could be to you whatever he is, but kwangu yeye ni excellency. Siwezi enda kwa excellency kama nimevaa. So I was always in a suit. Ndio maana kila time hata sijui tunajikuta tuko kwa match ya futa nimevaa suti. Sijui nini. Hiyo day tulikuwa tunaenda, tukakaa tukapiga story, tukaongea na lawyer wake, then tukaenda Safari Park. Nimerudi nimejaa ngori, namuuliza because Baba has this thing where yeye ametulia tu, utaimwona akiwa amepanic. And I was getting a bit jittery. So we are eating and I sort of I was very angsty. I was asking, oh, Your Excellency, why are you just so calm? I feel like a lot is happening. I was rambling. Akacheka. Kasema, I was like you. And I would ask my father the same questions. And it's because I have experience. Kaniambia, he walked me. So all these questions, Nico, like, so what should I do? Should I go and protest? Should we do? And some of the things you can pursue in this direction. If you're pursuing reforms, protests might not be beneficial if you do it now because you might get into trouble. Like, look for opportune moments, build enough momentum. Then if you want to do street action, make it meaningful. Kaniambia, tuko hapo Safari Park. Anytime we go in public, I hate it because baba ni institution. By the way, ukiana na baba in public ndio utajua baba ni baba. Acha na hizi zingine. Everybody, hata minister, mtu yote kwa aligned to him suddenly becomes a bodyguard or a protocol officer. So I hated it because everyone's na while ungesahaulika. Then remember, gari yangu nimeacha Karen hii siku ya Kasarani. So I have to find a way of going to Karen na tuko Safari Park. Najua tukiingia hii match ya futa start oboa tumeenda. So he tells me, typically his phones would be with his security guard, with Francis, but amenipatia simu nishike. I'm like, oh, so nimeshika. I'm like, hey, so Baba, whatever I said, no, come with me to the car. And we go to Kasarani together. So we get to the Kasarani, then you remember that video. So wase, so tumetembea, he's met the famo, he has gotten in and whatever. Then msea katrai kuni skuma nje.
India?
See, the VVIP entrance, yeah, the presidential entrance. Baba akienda nawe pahali, haezi kusahau. He's always on the lookout. He's always looking behind his shoulder.
He knows the people around him wanakuwa hizo tabia.
Katani hivi akaona ati ninakuwa rafta. Stop it! Huh? Hai. Nikasema baba.
Finya sana Kasmuel na mimi.
Jam! Tukaniacha. Tukaingia and whatever. So that's where the famous Kasarani video comes from and whatnot. And it's just I still don't understand what he saw in me and what he thought that was going to be, because even going back, I went back, I wanted to go in his security car. I didn't want to go in his car. But then, it got chaotic. Vijana wanasema, kata keki, tupatie, nini. Ingia tu kwa hiyo gari ya excellency. Nini, pilka, mlango ikaspoiliwa and whatever. I knew that now sasa hii niko in trouble. Kabisa. First of all, hapa kwa gari umefanya nini. Then mlango imeharibika.
Unajua bei ya mlango ya hiyo gari wewe?
Unajua. Na si gari yoyote tu mazee.
Bill, kichwa uko kwa hii mlango. Wewe ndio ulikuwa kwa hiyo mlango.
Ndio nilikuwa kwa hiyo mlango imeharibika. Yani
wewe uko na makosa mingi
pia. Nimeharibuaje gari yake imeharibiwa. So, of course imeharibiwa, but ni mimi ndio
you are responsible for that part of whatever.
Sunday, so we go like this and it's like he was very jovial because he went and watched another match. Then after then we went somewhere. He was meeting his friends. So he always made me have a choice. He asked me, do you want to stay or do you want to go home? I said, hey, Excellency, it's been a long day. Nataka kuenda. Akasema haya basi, akanipatia his chase car, akasema mpelekeni Karen, achukue gari yake and then mtafutieni kitu ya mafuta and whatnot. Monday nikangojea nipigie akiwa amejam, akunipigia. Tuesday, Wednesday, akaniita tukakutana tena. Mlango inafanya na mimi sikuulizwa. So I'm like, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Don't even mention it.
I was just like, but me would just have my soul come here to, hey, on Sunday there was an incident, the young people were, very good. You have to get used, you're still new to these things, whatever. Like it
was a by the way.
He just glossed over it. Wewe bana. Mina siamini.
Memories are so many. We can sit here and talk about Baba's memories with Kasmuel till Kingdom Come. Now we have to go to the second part of the conversation that now we've not even spoken about. I want to talk about where he was when he heard of the Baba's passing. I want to talk about ODM. I want to talk about the broad-based government. I want to talk about also the cyber crimes bill, which is lawish, because pia kamepoziwa kidogo. And let's talk about that. But hiyo sasa tukirudi part 2 itakuwa quick fire kidogo.
So
the next guest amefika. Yeah? It was Macarena. Then after Macarena we had Sami Kioko. Sami Kioko amefika? Ako kwa njia. Okay, whoever will come in first, we'll go with them. So we're going for a short commercial break. Tupunge kopo la maji. Kasmuel akona ma story. Sema stories are jaba, but it's true story. He lived and he experienced them. And even some of you who claim to be very close to Baba, there are some things that he has done that hata nyie mojafanya. Na nyinyi ndo sasa
hii mwaka ya Baba mwisho. Nitakukumbuka kama ulikuwa karibu na yeye, naweza kukumbuka.
Of course. Because he was there and he saw. Na amejua Baba alikuwa amependa kuongea na nani na nani. And the ones who are also kind, he knows. The ones who are unkind, he knows. All right, let's talk about Mr. Frames Kenya. For the best interior design and decor, they're gonna be the ones to sort you out. Check this.
Wow, are your walls looking plain and uninspired? Transform your space with premium wall panels, elegant marble PVC with stunning backlighting, and modern floating TV stands. All designed to give your home a luxurious, timeless finish. At Mr. Frames Kenya, we offer top quality designs at unbeatable prices. Whether you're going to a classic or modern look, we've got the perfect solution for your home or office. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0705 759 102 or connect with us on social media. Mr. Frames Kenya. Mr. Frames Kenya, where style meets affordability.
Whoop, whoop. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Lazima huwezi toboa maisha kama hujatoboa masikio. Kama hujatoboa masikio wewe huwezi toboa maisha.
Hizo rugged.
Ulikosea kumhype. Unaona confidence yako nayo mbele ya madem. From the smell, from everything, ndio ulikosea Obinna. Mbona ulimhype? Alafu another thing, I forgot to tell you and to put a stop. Unaniangalia umeniambia I see you. Am I your side or something?
Yeah, munjui ni nani Angalia huku mnasema
mimi niwaambie wanaambia
export.
Hii ni export. Import bwana, unaniharibu bwana. Wala sinda nikalaa sikukuja ni
swali langu ni moja.
Niulize.
Meru.
Yes.
Do you chew cat?
I don't prefer to chew, but I support who chew because it's for my place.
Aya, tumesharudi. Hata wewe umechelewa sana, sasa iko tu sawa.
Nasoma wawili.
Tumesharudi, sasa iko tu sawa. Wacha tu tupambane. Kwa fikira hapa wanaweza cover up, kumbe yeye pia ameenda town. Hapa bana wapi? Meenda kukula mkombero. Yeah. See that first half. Your first half imekuwa something else. Mpaka macho zangu zimekuwa moto. Man. There you go. Welcome back to Obinna Show Live. We are having Kasmuel MC, man. He had an experience with Baba. You know, most people when they saw him with Baba, they just thought 2-3 times when he was seen with Baba that's the only time he met Baba. Kumbe there's a lot that was happening chini ya maji. Kumbe ni Baba alikuwa anamlipia rent. Ile ngoma ya wewe unanifanya nikae town. Wewe unaniweka mjini. Kumbe ni Baba alikuwa anampanga.
These are true orphans.
Ati is Courtney Agi his sister ama girlfriend? Who is Courtney Agi?
Atakujua nani? Kama yeye anasema yeye girlfriend yangu ajitokeze haraka.
You know someone by the name Courtney? Ama in a different conversation?
I think I know Courtney. It could be Apana, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haina shida. We'll get back to that one. Yeah. So karibuni sana. We tumeongea.
Oh yeah.
Tumebonga. David imekuwa how long? 44 minutes kukumbuka tu moment zake na baba. Na hajamaliza.
Sijapiga story.
Umeguzia tu.
Yeye unasema nini?
Raila
Odinga. Sijaambia hata sijasema pale akinipeleka places na chopper sijui nini. Akitaka fish anatoka tutu Bondo anaenda kula fish kwa island fulani huko. Tumekaa governors wanangojea baba na baba yako kwa seashore. Unasema nini wewe? Well, ni spoil.
Well, ndio ushaisema.
Achana. Ziko mingi.
Mnaenda kula fish Rusinga.
Elaborate. These stories elaborate sana.
Wow.
One time. Hii lazima nikwambie. Tuko Kisumu and tulikuwa same day. Just tumetoka Bondo and he says pass by here, anakuambia hapa ndio Wajaluo watu wa east side na east side hawakuwa wanaoana, then sijui lazima tungeenda tukate mkia ya umbwa, whatever, that's the tradition. Then it was broken and taboo, so we do that. Tumeenda, then we land in Raila Odinga'S Stadium in Homa Bay. Has just been launched. Gor Mahia is playing, I think, I don't know, Gor is playing some team, and of course Gor was them, but tuna land hivi wanacheki huyu boy akitokea hapo na hiyo suit yake ya black na wanataka kuona baba. Watu wanajiuliza nini, huyu ni nani na kwa nini uko hapa na mzee? Anyways, whatever, then it's time to go home and he tells the pilot, hey captain, so we're just sitting here, it's just me and baba and Governor Wanga. Governor Wanga and I, by the way, are friends. That friendship was orchestrated by baba. And baba says he wants to shave. Chopa ililand tu hapa katikati ya barabara, yacht club, Kisumu Yacht Club. Waliseti tu kwa lami because excellency wants to get a haircut. Unasema baba
Kwani alinyolewa katikati ya barabara?
Alishuka katikati ya barabara, magari zikamchukua, sisi tukaenda, katuambia I'll meet you guys at the house. No, at Siala Resort, because there was a meeting happening at Siala. Tukaenda hapo na governor. I have stories for days.
Write a book. Thought about it?
You write a book, sijui ko write ni aje. Mi sijui nini. I'd started even doing a series of tributes. I'd said that I would do a series of tributes. Kila time nikiandika hivi na breakdown. I'll ask someone to help me.
Do an audio book. Just record. Take studio time. Just talk about your moments with Baba. So there is part 1, there is part 2. Then you put titles. Gor Mahia match. That day I did this. So people can listen them as audio books. Then later someone convert and publish
into a book.
But put them as audio books. Then put them on a podcast. Put them on Spotify and the likes. People listen to these stories. Because later in the next 10, 20, 30 years, people want to listen to this guy.
Right.
Who did A, B, C, D and fought for democracy, the constitution, multipartyism, da.
You know, that's the part I used to feel like people missed about Baba.
Yes.
Because mi nilikuwa naambiwa ati Baba alikuwa na jam. Nilikuwa sikia Baba na jam
all the time.
Naambiwa Baba na jam, nauliza Baba ana jam wapi?
I would say hivyo because they are Baba.
Right.
They decide for Baba. Kwani sisi tumeambiwa mara ngapi? Baba amekataa hiyo maneno. Sasa hiyo Baba hana idea ya whatever. And the same thing they also say about Mama.
Yes.
Unajua mama taki ujinga. Unafika mama anasema Obinna bed pinyi chie.
Hapa kachini.
Bed pinyi chie.
Yes.
Niko like mama say bed pinyi chie.
Yes.
Kwa zile mama amekasirika. Kwa zile okay.
Hata mimi nilikuwa nimeambiwa hivyo. Pana ufanye hivyo. Fake. Then you meet Mama. I'm like, kwanza Mama, the first time I met her, alisema hii ni meeting ya baba yenyu. Maliza time unitafute. I'll text her, Mama, could we take a selfie? The first time I was just asking because there was no one to take. I was like, Mama, can we pose a selfie? And she posed for a selfie and I was like, niliambiwa Mama apendi hizi utoto zako, apendi usijaribu kupiga selfie na Mama. Hiyo siku break down kiambiwa when we got the news, I was wailing like a child.
Where were you?
So 15th October, ODM was supposed to have a function in Kajiado. You know, ODM has been doing ODM at 20.
Okay.
And actually this week we are going to the coast for now it is in Baba's legacy. It still was about his legacy, but now it's his legacy in his absence.
Okay.
Nimelala. The previous night we were talking about my elections, we were talking about a lot of things about the party, because Baba was coming back. Baba was coming back, I think, on Friday. So tulikuwa tuna plan na kina Keta, tunakaa hivi tunasema, so when Excellency comes, we'll brief him and this kind of things, there are these things that the party is doing. So we're gearing up, because Baba ameshasema, ninakuja. Everyone is ready for Baba to come. Part of the family has gone to Dubs so that watakutana Dubs wateremke. He was coming for the trade convention in Siaya. He had to be here by Friday because it was happening on Friday. Cool. So nimelala, I wake up, and I had hated those propaganda going. People are saying, oh, he's dead. I just done an interview on JKL the previous week. Nikisema, I've spoken to Baba. Amesema ako sawa. Because I told him one time, we were in the office with one of my bosses. And so we were on call. Then he's like, oh, watu wanasema umekufa. Akacheka. Kawambia na kijaka. Kawambia watayarishe ngombe wengi sana. Like he was, alikuwa tu sawa. So I wake up, and my girl, the first thing I see on her phone is Raila Odinga'S dead. Nikaangalia kitu hivi nikasema, these people are trying to force mzee's hand. But nimeanza kupanic. I'm hyperventilating. I call Keta. I ask Keta, what's up? Kasema, you just come to Karen. Sipumui. I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, I'm cussing, but then you have to go to Karen. So I wear my suit, nini, I dash. Nakumbuka nilikuwa naendesha sport mode hiyo time yote, siamini. In my head, I'm like, I don't believe this. I just hope it's a stroke or whatever. Hey, get there. Kumeshona. I see so many police cars, and I'm like, hey, could it be? Kaingia bana. Sasa tukaanza, watu wanalia already, watu wana cheesy. Mimi nikakaa hivi, nikaishiwa nguvu. I'm sobbing. It was so crazy. That whole day nilikuwa tunasonga, but yes, mnalia tu, but the place has to be clean, people have to be organized. People kwanza planned to do a presser and whatever, the compound is full. So you're working, mnalia. Unafanya tu hiyo whatever. People now, mama has to start receiving guests immediately. So unaambia hiyo kitu. Nikajifungia pale kwa jikoni. Nikalia bana. Nilikuwa najificha tu chini ya stairs. Namaliza naenda natafuta kona fulani, nalia kidogo, narudi nafanya kazi, unapotea kidogo na because guests are coming in, presidents.
Unafanya kazi gani?
Si coordinate. Kumbuka kuna watu there was just a lot of work to be done because there's a lot of people, there's things to be moved, there's people who don't know where to go, there's people you need to like put them in the holding area, the catering team from Kani, helping them set up those mundane tasks, just those ones. Then ikafika point wazeo tumelia, tumekonsoliana, wabunge nini, marafiki wa baba. Then I went to see mama. Mimi nilifikiria naenda kukonsole mama. And she had sat in, so there was that main dining area, and then there's a little secluded dining area. And I remember that's the last place. Vile nitoka States, tuli have breakfast hapo na Jacom na Junior. Nikapata mama amekaa hapo ndani. And I just lost it. I remember I've knelt down. I'm trying to tell mama I'm so sorry for your loss, but natoka maballoon kwa mapua. It's the most painful thing. I remember nilikuwa nasikia kuanguka chini, so I thought I would hug her, but then now I've fallen. It was so bad, it got to a point, so when I managed to even tell her I'm sorry, she told me I'm sorry for the loss of your father. You have lost her. Nilifura macho, hiyo time yote nilikuwa nimefura macho. So nimekaa hapo niko like hii ni nini? Hey! I don't know how mama does it. So it happened, tukakaa, committee has been installed, haraka we're told now we'll come back and reconvene so that we start planning things for like tomorrow, because Baba flies in the next day, flies in on 16th, and you have to start planning airport things, Lee, Parliament, all those things, and Baba says he wants to be buried in 72 hours. Your state of motion, sidhani kama niliwahi toka. Because I was attached to the team that was working at home, I was in the hospitality section. Nikasema, because I wouldn't be able to see him in Parliament, let me go and see him at Lee. Because he was supposed to come to Lee at like noon. So nimekaa hapo na a few family members. Nikasikia tu rumors that ametoka, nikasema I can't see Baba in a box. I can't. The person who actually made me go and see Jacom was that Courtney that people are asking about.
Who?
The Courtney. Yeah, the Courtney. And I'll insist on it one. I was like, I don't want to have the memory of Raila Odinga in his death. Niko home, nikaendesha gari katikati ya barabara. All the way up, especially from Ngong Road, nini, come there, go up Westwood. Nimewasha hazards, I'm just like, wewe kitaka kwa barabara shauri yako. Went all the way. And then it just, waka leo nasikia tu watu wanamwongelea in past tense, man. As a man, and then you see people look at him as a, like, I am mourning so many layers of Baba, from him being a liberator and a figure in the country, to the point where now me I didn't know him. Baba ananitext hapo vitu kama Bon Voyage, ananitumia tu balloons, ananiambia kuonyesha tu simu yangu ingine, like kuna time ingine nilikuwa namtext namwambia nimekuja hapa wamenireceive, anasema namuonyesha Baba, look, I was speaking here, anasema it seems that you've been received well by our hosts, keep up the good work. Ananiandikia tu ingine na French, sijui nikiongea. Mimi Baba alikuwa beshte yangu. Baba alikuwa hatuko tunaongea na Baba ati sijui nini.
Yeah. Since Baba has gone, has the way the people around him, the way they were treating you, has it changed?
Not really.
The ones who are kind to you because you are close to Baba?
So I met a very specific brand of people. I met the kind people around Baba. I don't know how that happened, but the kind people around Baba, they are not kind because of Baba. They're kind human beings. They're just kind human beings.
The likes of?
Of course, Opondo, Keta, Ogopa, like his team from Capital, his security detail, and some now people, Akina, Penny. There's just like a bunch of people who are around that ecosystem who have always been really, really kind to me. Then when it goes further, now it comes even to legislators, where you'd expect that, they tell you, Atashika and whatever. They're just like, no, we understand your mourning, do this, scale back on that, scale, take your time, how are you, rest, don't.
Okay.
So I didn't meet, again, while I know there could be such a side, even the elbowing and whatever, at some point it just got lost.
It disappeared.
It disappeared, and it disappeared really early on. So I've met nothing but kindness.
And on the political space, you as a politician,
Like in terms of ODM,
yes,
it's still the same.
Okay.
Like the people who are out looking out for you are still, personally, they're still looking out for me.
Okay.
In the sense that I'm like, hey, am I confused? And they say, yeah, and you'll be confused for a while, and that's just what it is. But yeah, give us a call.
Any lesson you learned from Baba politically?
Be in touch with your grassroots. Politics is a contact sport.
Okay.
Baba anajua madhe fulani mwenye wewe pia unajua, but nijua watu kwa kijiji yenyu wanamwongelea. He knows the most obscure people, and he had time for those people. You can never be you can never be above the people.
Okay.
You can never be above the people. Organize at the grassroots level. There's nothing as important as your grassroots network.
Okay.
And also study, because he really would insist, study, 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 don't be stupid. Baba didn't like silly people.
Yeah. Oburu was installed as the party leader,
Yes.
and it met a couple of different reactions. What do you think?
Me, personally, I thought it was the best decision in the sense that I knew Dr. Oburu. I was introduced to Dr. Oburu by Baba. When we were doing AU, remember there were succession battles as well.
Okay.
During AU, because people were saying, Baba kienda AU, sasa we are the ones who are going to take over. So I sat down with Dr. Oburu Oginga, and I was actually one of the first people to say that now that the decision has been made, hakuna mtu mwenye hata, nobody will go against Dr. Oburu. Then he has this stabilizing factor. It's one of the best decisions that were made, that he is up here. He has seen all these politicians grow and bad, so he can accommodate all the views that are in Chungwa.
Okay. So it's the best choice. There's a couple of, I hosted Mheshimiwa Misi,
Yes.
Kaleba Misi, and he said something that later I was like, makes a little bit of sense that ODM now should be led by a council of elders. Like you put a couple of people, there'll be an Orengo, there'll be an Oburu, someone from the coast, labda akina, someone from the Nandi area, whatever. So like there's a concoction of people who have the best interests of the party. Instead of putting to one person, people are like, why this person? Why not this person? Like even Oburu was best to hold it, but later on moving forward, like a council of elders.
But you see, even during Baba's time, Baba had that. Baba had his people from the regions who he ceded information. He ceded such great power to those people and enabled them. So his base is always, it's not a single man's affair. Even by his decision making was not, he would not wake up and bang the table.
No.
Yeah, so he would first talk and say, okay, then he would make a decision. So even now, those people still exist. When you go to the coast, when you go to wherever, when you go to Luoland, when you go to Samburu and those kinds of things, it still exists. It's just that we would simplify it and look at it and say that it's Dr. Oburu who's currently leading it. And I think he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job so far.
Okay. The remarks you made that a leader will come from the people?
A leader will come from the people. A lot of people trying to play succession to try and make it look like we are the people, we are the chosen ones. That's not how it works. I remember the first time I asked them about succession, again, this part of the blunders I used to tell you, where I would even ask questions where people would never dare ask. Because how do you, in your right mind, ask Baba, your succession, I'm seeing people, what are you going to do about these people who are trying to succeed? It's a rude question. And I asked him, and they were there with Dr. Oburu. And Dr. Oburu answered it very beautifully, and he said, the position that Raila holds is not an elective position. He just emerged, and he said, a leader is not, you do not ballot for it, you do not poll, you do not gerrymander for it. A leader will just emerge. And especially, vitu ngumu kama wewe, hiyo community yenyu pali munatoka. Hata nikitoka hapa na sisema mimi ndio kingpin. Utakubali ati kwa sababu nimesema mimi ndio kingpin? Hautakubali. Wewe unajua shoko kuishi vile mnakuanga. So that's what I meant. There was a lot of, everyone trying to nini supremacy, try and show that, oh, I'm more popular than this person, I'm more popular than this person, trying to cut down one person who seems more popular than the rest of them, and those kinds of things. I was like, any of these side shows, put them aside. This is Raila's moment.
Okay.
You get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe that ODM is still people's movement, or right now it's just a party struggling with identity?
I still think it is a movement for the people. It's just that because people are used to seeing us on the streets, people are used to seeing us in mass action.
True.
It becomes hard. That's what people are seeing, because now we are not pursuing matters on the streets. They're like, oh, Ama, it's died, Ama, whatever. But you remember, there's several ways of pursuing change and reform. And I think this is that phase. Again, we've lost an icon and a leader who, because you see, Baba was the embodiment. You would see him, unaona maandamano. Unaona kitu yote unataka, unaona maandamano. Yeah, unaona justice, unaona reconciliation, unaona that. So, and we will never get a figure like Baba. So because that figure is not there, people are now seeing it's smaller figures, and you're like, oh, it's just like any other political party. You think about it that way, but really, I think the party is doing, they're doing exceptionally well, considering the loss the profound loss that we've faced in the loss of.
Do you see it surviving?
I think it will. I think ODM is the party of the future.
No, ODM can be
Yes,
there,
yeah.
but now with the people who are there, because there's been rumors here and there, oh, nani anatoka, oh, sijui nani, mara kina Sifuna, kina Babu, kina Caleb Amisi. Yani there are these young cars that people are like, oh, Marorengo is leaving.
Yeah.
Kuna tu vitu zinasemwa.
Tutasema kitu controversial kidogo tu.
Okay.
In the sense that, saizi, the people who've been in ODM, who are like legacy members of ODM, wakitoka wataenda wapi? Yeah.
Okay.
So they will have to stay there and be the vanguard of holding the ideology. The younger legislators who are doing a really good job. And in fact, people don't understand this thing. People behave as if Baba didn't know that this Kenya Moja alliance was there. He knew. But he wasn't threatened by it. It was just like, it's a caucus group. And let them form caucuses and whatever. He could. That one he knew and he tolerated. But, this I'm going to say, how watu hawana any real constituency outside Baba's constituency? All the numbers that you hold as an elected ODM member, you are holding in escrow. You are holding it in trust for Baba. The reason why everyone might threaten and say, oh, they will say all these things, but then nobody will leave, is that this is the biggest inheritance. Yani, kwa William Baba, as long as uko ODM as a legislator, this is the biggest inheritance he could give you. No amount of money he could give you could save you, but the fact that he left you a stable party, it allows you, but he can structures in all 47 counties.
Yeah.
Yenye unaweza nini, it does that. A lot of people have raised it, make it look like, oh, I'm pigaing Sifuna, I'm just like, no, I just expect that, especially in honoring Baba's legacy. If you signed a document with His Excellency and you do not tell him, Baba, I think this is a bad idea, let us not sign. If you signed it and it leaves people in like the broad-based arrangement, you have to follow it through to the very end. Hakuna kitu yenye sasa unataka ama tukimbie tufanye nini? Time ya campaign bado iko bali. That's where I'm coming from. I don't have anything personal against Sifuna. I think first of all, like he's very brilliant. Every time I start with him, I've gotten gems. But then I'm critiquing the office, not the holder of the office. So I'm just like, we have to ensure that this goes through. Projects that Baba valued, like compensation of victims of police brutality, that one lazima we just find a way of making that work regardless of the fight. There's no need to pontificate. Ingine, find a way of finding how these people can get some fidia, can get legal redress and legislative representation, and then as a country we can acknowledge that these things actually did happen. And so that's part of why I keep on insisting on saying that, oh, we have to make this broad-based thing.
So your stand is broad-based. Wenye wanasema tuliwacha kwa broad-based, tuko. So that's your stand as well.
In all honesty, that is my stand. That is the party's true stand. Mse yote mwenye anajaribu kujionyesha revolutionary saizi, alikuwa wapi? Alikuwa wapi 3 months ago? Because it's very little voices ndio zimetokea. Kuna watu wengine wachache sana hapa kwa chama yenye sahii wametokea wanataka kujifanya hao ni firebrands saizi. Before then, kwa nini hawakuioppose? You know, there are people who had expressed their qualms and reservations about it. But here now, that could hold when Baba was still there. Okay. It would be such a great dishonor for you to now, you want to get Baba parks without putting in the work that Baba did, and then you want to scuttle the arrangement he did for his people. This framework of justice or whatever, you find it. If you think it is protests, you organize protests elaborately, then come to the people and tell them this is why we are doing this. But this one for throwing jabs and whatever, I just think watu wache siasa. Wache siasa kabisa. Tulie wafanyie wananchi kazi.
Okay. You want this to go beyond 2027 or up until 2027? The broad-based arrangement?
As the arrangement is currently, up to 2027. Up until 2027, ODM will not walk out of government, regardless of what these people say. Wanasiasa bedeni wanasiasa tu, na hakuna mtu ataisema ukweli. Hawa watu watatoka kwa serikali. Sisi kama wanachama tutatoka kwa serikali up until 2027. But even if you've heard my party leader speak, Dr. Oburu, amesema the reason why we are strengthening the party is that we can get into a pre-election coalition, because this is not a coalition. We can have a pre-election coalition agreement, or so that it can guarantee us post-election success, such that because we know we want to be in the formation that will be able to administer state, isitupate too off guard, tukue part of the people who will say that tukiingia, this is now the framework by which we will get into government. Is hizo vitu za, oh, now we'll need a handshake for us to whatever, we want to be in that nini. As things stand right now, because that is the question that everybody is usually avoiding, as things stand right now, it seems as though ODM will go with the president, as uncomfortable as it is. But I'm also sick and tired of us politicking around watu tu wajue ndio hii stand ya ODM, hapa ndio iko, this is what. The way I'm seeing these things, we will dilly-dally and people will dance around unless something drastically changes. That is where those people are. Yeah.
Wow.
Ngumu, but
Okay.
ndio siasa ya chama.
Watu wengi wanasema wewe ni mouthpiece ya Wanga.
So wacha nikwambie, in politics, it is very hard to find a person who will believe in you as a young person and not see you as a threat.
Okay.
Wachana hata na politics aside, wewe uko na manamba zao heshimiwa. Saya kuwapatia publicity, they are very available.
True.
But saa zile unawambia, mheshimiwa, I don't even want it's not for me. There's a person from your constituency who I need you to help. And I don't need extra help. They had applied through bursaries and whatever I didn't go through, because you do a lot of charity work. Do you ever find them at those times? But Governor Wanga, alini welcome kwa chama. She treated me the way His Excellency used to treat me. Ile yenye, oh, I could blunder, and then she calls and says, Kasmuel, no, there, just don't do this, don't go overboard. You find a person, the national chairperson of your party. How many national chairpersons care for their members? So for me, it is where good is given, good should be given back. And I don't know why people usually expect me to shy away from it. First of all, we've not even, we do not have a working arrangement with Governor Wanga. I don't have frequent stand-in meetings. I just defend her because, one, she's one of the most hardworking people in that party, in the sense that anytime Chungwa is convening something, she's there. She gets her boots dirty and her hands dirty, and she still has time to do Homa Bay's work and whatever. And people try to make it look like, oh, she has a dalliance with the president. But the functions of a governor is stipulated kwa katiba, beyond executing national laws and county laws. As a CEO, kazi yake ni kuwa the liaison between the devolved unit and the national government. So for me, she is, one, young. Two, she's really progressive and she's a good listener, and she has time for young people. That's the thing which I keep on telling our leaders in the Orange Democratic Movement. Stop trying to buy CG propaganda and sponsor. Spend time with the young people, because we are the young people. You will not expect me to talk about a leader who does not have time for young people. Governor Wanga has time for young people, and therefore we get to see the work that she does, and therefore we can talk about the work that she does. Same to a lot of these legislators. But for Governor Wanga, that one I'm usually very unapologetic. Okay. Again, even as I'd said in the first section where she welcomed me to the party, she even did a TikTok and said, oh yeah, this one, and welcomed me to her county. So she is a friend. And I'm not ashamed to say that there's a friendship aspect, but also if you think about deliverables, she's doing a tremendous...
Is she delivering for her people?
I think, in all honesty, she's doing a tremendous job. Because think about it, she's a first-time governor after being a woman representative. Think about Homa Bay now, from 2022, and think about Homa Bay before 2022. It was so bad that you don't have statistics to compare her to right now. So yeah, you might say, oh, you might not know, but there are things that were not there previously. That service delivery was so low in Homa Bay previously that everything that she's doing now, whether you have reservations or not, are a net positive. Okay. Yeah, so service delivery might look different for other people, but even if you look at the polls and the statistics, the most recent one I saw after Irungu Kangata, she was the second person. So, I mean, that data does not make or right itself. So she clearly is doing something. Beyond that, beyond being a county chief executive officer, she still finds time to rejuvenate and reverberate the Orange Democratic Movement. So I think she's doing exceptionally well.
So you think she's doing well, okay, apart from what you said, the reports, and a few things that are speculative.
Yeah.
Do we have any hard facts? Ama, you think she's delivering because she was kind to you and she welcomed you to the
No,
party?
no. That one was, that's why I separated the friendship part and the administrative part.
Okay.
Of course, there's the county functions where you could see the socials, the economics, and the whatever. And I've seen people accuse her of Ajawa. Ajawa is a constitutional function. Do you know that? Even for a county executive, social, under your socio-economic rights, cinemas, movies, like the Constitution actually specifies and says it like that. And entertainment is part of that. But think about even the road network in Homa Bay now. Those are tangible things. Okay. We know the roads were horrible there. But now I've seen such heavy penetration in terms of the road network in Homa Bay, despite not being from that county myself. Okay. If you're thinking into constructions of, I've seen a few hospitals come up. I've seen the stadium, the really obvious thing. I've seen the upgrading of the pier in Homa Bay. Of course, you've seen challenges with the lake coming to reclaim, but it would be a very different thing if the lake was just sweeping a thing that did not exist. I've seen markets, I've seen ECDs, especially because ECDs are the ones that are devolved to the county. So that I'm saying, just beside her being my friend, being kind to me, on the delivery aspect, even in terms of liaising with the national government. Remember, she comes from a party which has consistently been in opposition, and she still manages to find a way of ensuring that her devolved unit in the national government can still coordinate. If you think about the counties that are in the Kavirondo area, Homa Bay has become a towering example of development. Like when you're looking at development, you're saying, oh, all these roads there, they're going to Homa Bay. So it's something I can give to her. Is it is the service delivery happening at 100%? No. Show me a county where service delivery is happening at 100%. But if we're thinking about the people who are currently occupying seats, it would be false for us to look at it and say that she is not working or delivering for our people. Okay. I do not want to. I do not have the nitty-gritties. I can only speak as a person who's seeing the tangible work. I've seen the constructions. I've seen, and these are things which I'm also seeing. The nitty-gritty of local politics, that I do not know. But from what I know, she is doing a tremendous job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our people who are watching, let us know. I think we can do a poll, the video. Maendeleo in Homa Bay. Inaendelea ama iendelee. Hivyo tu. Hapo kwa yes, naweka tu inaendelea, aiendelee. So maendeleo in Homa Bay, so that they can let us know. I'm not from there,
yeah,
so
me
I
neither.
wouldn't even know. Yeah. Apart from what we see on the news, yes, and a couple of scandals here and there, I would not know exactly. But I also wanted to ask you about the Homa Bay story. What do you know about this Kasipul drama? Why are we killing each other, man?
Oh man, that's really unfortunate.
Like, why is Kasipul so violent?
Yeah, and that's a thing which we will need to sort out in Luo Nyanza.
Yeah.
Luo Nyanza has had this, again, because we are warriors, but we need to sort out the politics of violence, in the sense that, because remember even the former MP, the late Oure, God rest his soul, was called Pindra. Pindra translates to a man of war, the owner of violence.
Oh.
And I've seen, you've had a lot of these MPs and even people who are like, if you think you have violence, we have more violence than you do. But there's some antagonism happening in Kasipul. I've seen the people who are looking at it as, oh, they think they're disgruntled, and it's campaign times. I can't go necessarily into the details, but what I know is it's wrong. There's nothing to discuss about, or it's not at what's happening. There's no place for violence in our political organization. There should be no place for violence in our political organization. But because the stakes are so high, And there are several interests at play because people are trying to paint Boyd, for example, as Governor Wanga's candidate instead of the party's candidate, despite everyone seeing all the organs of the party because he got the nomination. All the organs of the party have pronounced themselves abandoned sufficiently on the matter. Then there are other interests. You know, there are people who are always politicking, even guys like Akina Owidi, who have influence in our Bay area to the public, but no real influence in terms of tangibility, where they are always just bickering. And because the people listen, the people like to be entertained, they're always slandering the governor. So they're trying to pin that directly to Governor Wanga, but it cannot be, it's too costly. What would it profit her to go through such lengths? There's no point that she needs to prove with that kind of election. But man, it is disheartening. It is disheartening that in this just a by-election, this is a general election, Takwaji, if this is what by-elections.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I was looking at it, I'm like, guys, this is not like the main. Yeah. And even the person who will be elected will start maybe for a year.
Just a year.
Then they start campaigning again now for proper.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So if that's the point where, and this has to be condemned in the highest, in the harshest and most definite terms, that it has no place in our current society.
Okay.
I wish our candidate the best, but also for the people of Kasipul to get a legislator that will serve them. At some point, we just need to go back to the business of the economic and political liberation of our people. Let's focus on, everybody wants to live in a safe neighborhood. Okay. Yeah.
Governor Wanga for Vice President 2027, you've had the stories?
Yeah, I've had the stories.
Yes,
and the stories have been there for long.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? If it gets to the negotiation table and she's the one who's there.
Okay.
Governor Wanga ni chapakazi, by the way. And she's a proper tractor. Yeye akisema atafanya kitu, atafanya kitu.
Okay.
Mine is not to force words down anybody's whatever. Yeah. But it's going to be exciting. There's so many options even within ODM that could shape the narrative. I think that's why the party is very excited, and you hear even party leader akisema, we're waiting to negotiate because in terms of courtship, as a political party, we are placed in a good place. But if she's considered, I would support that bid.
Okay. Do you see President Ruto winning in 2027?
It's too early to tell.
Would you vouch for him to?
So I have conditions.
Okay.
And those conditions are the 10-point agenda that were put on the table. If I can say that when we signed the memorandum in March, this is where we were. This is where the police brutality toll was, and this, if it has increased, definitely not. If it has decreased, absolutely. Youth involvement, if you're seeing empowerment in economics, if you're seeing an audit of our debt and prudent use of our whatever, if that MOU is honored, I would vouch for him.
You would vouch for him?
I would.
So, you know, when the Gen Z's protest started, you were among the faces and the voices that were like, the president has to step down, the whole shebang. And later you were indoctrinated into ODM. And kidogo ODM is working with the government that you was fighting.
Yeah.
And now a lot of young people feel betrayed by you because they're like, oh, you sat at the table, okay, now you've forgotten, well, okay, tusikutane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even that video that ulikuwa nakimbizwa tao, it was one of those.
Yes.
It was one of those guys who were feeling ujamaa, mara akasaidia tena yuko saidia tu.
Yes.
Because initially you were like, even people thought you are the leader of the Gen Z.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? People feeling betrayed by you? And then do you feel like you've betrayed the people because now you're working with the same government that you are going against, and the government you're working with is still not doing what they were doing or what you were telling them to do then? But because ODM is like, there are people, we're in broad-based, wacha tutulie sa umewacha kupiga gava.
Hapana, mimi sijaacha kupiga gava. Kitu nimeacha ni hakuna haja ya kupeleka watu kwa streets wakufe bure.
Okay.
If you think about this working arrangement, first of all, sisi wote tulikuwa tunasema Ruto must go. And Ruto must go now. Then, last year.
Okay.
Hao watu walikuwa wanasema Ruto must go saizi. Kuna wenye wanavai for presidency. Kama unavai for presidency, the next election itakuwa 2027. Si ndio?
Okay.
Hiyo inamaanisha umeacha kusema Ruto must go. Anyone who's effectively vying, because everyone used to say and everyone had jumped onto this bandwagon, anyone who has said that they want to change this country by becoming the president, the sixth president, is effectively saying Ruto cannot go before 2027. But how?
Watakuwa mjanja.
Hapana.
The details in the wording.
Hakuna details.
Hakuna
hata details at all.
Wanasema wamepatia grace mpaka 2027.
Sisi wote tulikuwa tunasema Ruto must go.
Now.
Ruto must go now.
Okay.
Kwanza hata ikuwa inatosha tulikuwa nasema Ruto must go now.
Yeah.
Na tulikuwa tunaisema na watu wote wa civil society, tulikuwa tunasema Kenya mzima. Si ndio? If everyone truly holds that belief, why is he not going now? Why are you saying you want to vie for presidency in 2027? Why don't you want to be president now? Inamaanisha hata hao watu, it's just that they found more njia za ujanja za kusema. And it's basically just, we're doing the same thing because saizi nimeona what a civil society is saying. I'm not saying Ruto must go now. Nasema mujisajili kuchukua kura. Hiyo kura inapigwa when? By elections 27, but kura inapigwa when? 2027. So effectively, hawako tu broad-based, but wanasema tuko kwa hii arrangement, tuvumilie tu mpaka 2027. Broad-based ni nini? Inasema we are in this arrangement up to 2027 and then beyond. Tutaona kama wakideliver, tutakuwa nao ama tutakuwa nao. Personally, if we can pursue reforms, the people who die are not the children of the bourgeoisie, of the middle class people or the rich people. It's always the children of the working poor. Hao watu wetu wenye wanaishi, Mathare kwa slums and what not, hao ndio wanachukua na civil societies zitaenda ziwapatie 200, ingieni town, tunaenda maandamano, ifanye hivyo, kaeni kama kuna numbers, then tukuje the next day. What is the plan that we have for these people? I saw the demonstrations that happened when I was out of the country on 18th and 25th, where very many people were brutalized and died. Who took accountability? Nani alipeleka hao watu? Ni nini tulikuwa tunajaribu kuachieve na hiyo kitu? Because ndio nchi inabadilishwa kwa maombi, inabadilishwa kwa mapambano. But the thing about Baba is he would take accountability. He would say, I am leading these people to this and this is the particular reform we are looking forward to. Sasa hii yetu yenye influencer ataka nyumbani atuambie siri ni numbers. Alafu yeye haezi tokea hiyo maandamano kwa sababu ni insecure. Ni insecure aje? Watu tuache hiyo upuzi, tuhakikishe if we are building the nation, sawa. If not, and you feel like these are the extra, because saizi we can pursue these reforms and say, hapana, polisi iko hivi na hivi. And then the thing that helped me know is that what makes me think I'm too special, more special than the 55 million people who live in Kenya. What I will do is I found, these ones have said they don't want to do with me. Here in Chungwa, there are young men and women who still need my voice and still need my help. Mapikipiki zinashikwa hapa day in, day out. Bure. I will go and tell Afande, sasa now, these ones, unaona list ya hawa vijana ni vijana wetu, wanapitia vitu kama hizi na hizi. Kuna zenye of course ni see crime, what can we do for these people? These are things we used to go to the streets for. Now if we get this thing and we can help those people, how rights zao zitatetewa nini? Their right to life, their right to well-being itaniniwa nini? Hizi kwetu ati sisi tunataka tu kufanya candlelight na vigils na kuweka flags for one day and then turudi kuongea tribally kwa mtandao tukishajiita tribalists. So I usually tell people that I changed strategy, not ideology. The goal is still the same, the liberation of our country. But kila mtu ameenda kuorganize in political parties. Mimi kwa nini ni shida nikiwa ODM, but watu wengine wakijoin DCP au bado ni revolutionaries. Wakijoin Wiper au ni revolutionaries bado. Wakijoin hizi
briefcase parties. With the government. That is the only thing that is there, because ODM is with the government. Even, do you remember when Baba joined the government, Gen Z wakasema wewe iwe si wetu. Because wewe uko na hiyo side ingine. So it's just that, it's not that.
Ni sawa, but those political parties are headed by who? DCP for example, si tukiwa tunapigwa risasi, si party leader wa DCP bado alikuwa kwa serikali. Alikuwa anaamka kupatia na hizo shoot to kill orders. Okay. Yeah, alikuwa anakaa kwa security council. All these parties currently, when Morara came akasema anataka kunini chama mpya, alikimbizwa, wakamtoa. a person who had a very noble idea to change things around campaign financing. And nilikutana na Morara. By the way, I had bought the propaganda that he was all those things people were calling. But I sat down with him and I saw he wanted to change it. And I still believe that he has it in him. But tulifukuza. So everybody has gone to their legacy, tribally organized political parties. It is not enough that sasa tuseme you want to tell me that tutoke ODM, but let us go to this party which is headed by people who sold farmers fake fertilizers mixed with sand. Let us go to this other party where someone put poison in sugar meant for children. But those are the revolutionaries. Let us go to this, no, don't join that one. Go to this other party where somebody caused the biggest post-election violence by swearing in a president at night. Go to this other party. No, don't go to that one. Go to this other party of this person, or briefcase party of a person whose only claim is, me, I'm a good man. The country doesn't need a good man to be a leader. It's a secular state. You're good, unacha kanisani. We need a person we need systems that work. If this is how we pursue these reforms, we will pursue these reforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no more street movement for you?
I've not said no more street movements. I'm just saying that I currently don't see, my current area of focus is on compensation of victims of police brutality and wapateo fidia yao. I'm very keen on this because this was also very...
So how are you doing it? And you're doing it as who?
Just the same way. What was I doing when I was trying to change the country? I was doing it as who? As an actively involved citizen. Because now I'm in ODM, and of course the panel is being fought, and there's a lot of propaganda around it.
Okay.
But we have to inquire. It has to go all the way back so that we find all these atrocities. I'm doing this because, one, I have a bit of a name, and I have a bit of place, and I have a bit of access now. And I can say that the young people are saying this. I don't sit in panels or committees. The same way nilikuwa naamka naenda nasema, oh, leo haki yetu. I will call Professor Makau Mutua and say, Prof, how far are we? These are the developments we've seen and whatever. Not in any part, but I'm just like, I've decided, for me, I'll focus on police brutality and police reforms, compensation of those families. That one is very dear to me. I hope kuna mtu mwingine anafinya ile side yake ya education, kuna mtu mwingine anafinya hii side ingine ya everything, because I don't want to be president in 2027. I can only find my part and do it as honestly as I can, hoping that other people will do their parts as honestly as they can.
Okay. So you mentioned something in your conversation about how the protests were organized. You said people would go in the ghetto, in the slums maybe.
Yeah.
You said working poor families.
Yeah.
And they would be given like 200 put on the street. So guys were being paid to be on the street.
Yeah, the people, those money involved in mobilization.
Were you ever paid to be on the street?
I wasn't, but I got to... so I started as an outsider, but then when the media started being too friendly, you'll realize that nilikuwa nasimama hapo nasoma hizo statements, and it's a very orchestrated script yenye watu wengine wanasimama nyuma, kuna mwenye anasomanga statements. Nilikuwa patia statements tu soma, then you become part of that clique where watu wanakimbizana, wanaandamana, nyinyi mnakaa kwa Java ama kwa hoteli fulani, then mnashuka nje, sasa zile imefika time ya news. That's what I used to see.
Really?
Na mimi nilikuwa spokesperson wa 63 organizations. Hao watu wote wenye tulikuwa tuna organize kwa hiyo ofisi ya Senator Omtata. I was a spokesperson.
63 organizations?
Yes, with political parties inside.
They were organizations?
Yes.
So together kwa street kuna
wewe unasema nini wewe? Yeah. Yes, they were organic, but it got to a point we had to sit down. All social justice centers, watu wote. Kuna watu wamekuwa kufanya activism for years. Yeah. Nikakaa hivi nikauliza kwa nini sisi hatutaki kuoccupy parliament kama wabunge? If we want to change legislation, kwani lazima kazi ikuwe tukimbia hapa? Why don't we organize ourselves and get into parliament?
So watu walikuwa napigwa maziwa.
Sinakwambia ukisikia watu, and some of them, there's a time, you remember I was in an interview and there's a lady who had spoken nonsense about me the previous week. And I came on the show and I said, here on the show you allowed them to say this thing and I'm saying this about them. And I told them, I want us to be audited so that I can substantiate this claim. Should I make that claim now? And you remember, there's a lady who told me, no, cars don't. Yes. Hii Pandora's box hii tukifungua But anyways, people have shown their true colors. Watu wameenda saizi, people have retreated to political parties.
So, wow.
People have gone back to their regular activism and whatever. Kwa nini watu hawajaendelea kufinya? So guns
people
are
are there
just
for self-interest.
It's just laser focused. Wananiangalia mimi, then what has changed a year later? Kwa nini mtu mwingine haja emerge from that establishment? So I look at it and I say, I think for me that was a chapter. I'll still pursue these things, but now I'm doing it in ODM, and there's no turning back.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's come on this side for the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Amendment Bill. You managed to see it. What do you think about it? Because there's this story for censorship and limitation of freedom of speech. I even hosted Nganga Muigai.
And he did a great job.
Broke it down, told us, happened your shit.
The
The rest is fine, but he told
is
you
the words. Yes.
Yeah.
Personally, this is not a thing we'll blame on Ruto's government. It's a thing that was already there. Just a change, that a little change.
The amendment.
Yes, it has been amended. So the people were trying to make it look like it's the government that they're trying to curtail our freedoms and whatnot. Mugala muwe na haki yake umpe. This one is not on Ruto. This one was there in the 12th Parliament, guys. I also am of the school of opinion that we should push our freedoms to the very limit. Ile yenye kama ni hapa, wacha tufike hapa. So in that regard, I do not support any form of censorship. But we're also in the world where I don't think children should be exposed. You know, I also come from an educative background. Children should not be exposed to the internet for profit. Nobody should be making child porn. No website, regardless of whether we are preserving freedoms or not. This is now will be my hot take. I disagree with child pornography. If it is a website, if it is an app, let it be banned. Despite me saying that, well, yes, I'm big on freedoms, this is now my personal whatever coming in. Apart from child porn, hizo vitu zingine zote we can deal with. But in the protection of children, that's the only part I need. But if we are to curtail people's freedoms, especially the freedom of expression, because if the government encroaches, there will always be another move. We could always find loopholes to say that this is why, and then you look at it, remember, there was a treasonous claim, so somebody would look at it and say that this is not in the best interest of the sovereignty of our state. There could be interesting points where you could look at that and see that this could be to silence civic voices and civic participation that I disagree with in total. But again, the only way laws are passed is through the participation of the people. We also have to be angry enough and invested enough as a nation for us to, this cannot slide if we don't want it to slide. So we can put the same pressure on people. Because remember, we are increasingly a digital nation, and a lot of the activism, a lot of the civic engagement that we do is going to be online. So while this might be cute now that, oh yeah, it's passing, what happens if we get into dictatorial hands and it's too late to reverse the law? So personally, I just say we keep vigilance, but also we keep reading. Attend these public participation things as long as it's boring. You know, there's two types of rage. There's the kind of rage the government loves or any establishment loves. The rage that doesn't force you to do anything. The rage for, let's change our whatever, let's all put profile pictures of Jacob Juma and whatever. The rage that keeps you home, that's okay. You get to see, you do whatever. But rage that pushes you to action, that pushes you to attend a that boring public participation meeting, that boring court proceeding. Unajua sisi tunakuanga too busy. Unaweza pata leo kuna kitu imefanyika. I can assure you there's an important court case that we have not paid attention to because we have to, until we get to the point where we can be active citizens, these things will just continue flying. So for the cybercrimes, for this bill, for the law, as it is, I'm 60% for it. So I lean more towards I am okay with it and 40% I have reservations. And I think it's not too late. It still can be fixed. As Kenyans, we can put pressure. I know that there are several lobby groups that have gone to court to stop it. And this is something which we also can definitely put pressure on Parliament to fix it and get it right. We could do whatever it is that we want to do to the president, but his work is on it.
Passed it.
Yes. So we have to focus on Parliament. And if there are legislators who say they are pro-people, this is the time they should rise. Kwa nini hii hawapigani? Because it protects their interests. Yeah. We want to talk about this. We want to tell me no parliamentarian has seen it.
They've seen it,
Kwa
but they
nini
don't
hawaja-
understand it.
No, there are smart ones who we say are on our side.
Yes.
Those ones. Kwa nini hawajai table? They've not tabled a motion on the floor and said, yes, as much as this criticizes us, kwa nini ni sisi civilians, watu wenye hatu legislate? We don't make the law. The best we can do is gossip. The best we can do is educate each other, yes. But why hasn't a parliamentarian who says that they are for the people taken this and tabled it on the floor of the House? That's the kind of change I think we need to see.
Okay. Now this one brings us to Tanzania. What just happened, post-election violence, swearing in of the president. I think, was it 97%?
Man.
Like, yo, everybody in the world is just like, yo, 97%, excuse you? Okay. And we've seen everything that is happening there. So what's your take on that? Then also, do you see Kenya going that direction in 2027? Do you see peaceful elections? Because also, you know, when it goes towards elections, you normally have different people looking out for different things, different ideologies, different understanding.
Yes.
Our tolerance of each other grows thinner by the day. Oh, unasema nini wewe? Someone might be even saying valid points.
Yes.
But because to mention mtu wake, mimi na wewe, you know, like now we've seen Kasipul, guys are killing each other. It's a by-election for members of parliament.
Yes.
Now this one are going presidential.
Yes.
So what do you think of Tanzania then? Do you see the same replicating itself? Because if this computer misuse and cybercrimes amendment bill is passed into law, there's a kipengele hapo ndani where now was saying that internet can be switched off.
Yes.
If they suspect you are terrorism, whatever, inciting of other people, you can also be kamatwad and finward and stuff like that.
So first of all, to the people of Tanzania, because I know you have a lot of Tanzanian fans.
Yes.
Poleni sana. Poleni sana. So the thing about Tanzania, I want to be careful so that I'm not meddling in geopolitics, but President Suluhu is not very different from President Magufuli. They're cut from the same cloth. But the thing that President Magufuli did, although he ruled with an iron fist, he sort of made it people-centered in the sense that he would go to the rally and say, mkua nani hapa, mwanakandarasi wa hii, nini, atupilie mbali hiyo mfuta kazi. He does it in front of people to make it look like he had best interest of the people. The Tanzanians were still being hyper-surveilled. TIS was still doing their job, and there was that repression. But he managed to forge some popularity. President Suluhu did not toboa with that. Still continued the legacy of Magufuli, but did not really invest in people-centric leadership. Uncomfortably, Africans do not mind dictators. They just need them to be a bit benevolent. That's why ukika hivi, nobody's praising it. People are praising people who've overthrown governments through a coup. They're praising dictators. Wanasema, you see, like this country that is our neighbor, is you know, or there's a country here. You see, these generals or whatever, they're developed. No, just where we are socially. Unfortunately, this election, in my personal opinion, it was a sham, but it was also a wake-up call to Tanzania, because Kenya has undergone, and we need to thank Baba for always having faith in the legislative system. At points where he would have overthrown the government because he had numbers, he still decided, let's go through the courts. So we've had a lot of jurisprudence around electoral matters in such a way that now we can actually get some reprieve in the court, to the point where an election can be overturned. You know very well in Tanzania, once someone is declared, you cannot interrogate that matter in court. Yes, so they've not gotten to the point of constitutionalism where these are things that could be countenanced in court or taken there. I think this is their PEV moment. This should be a wake-up call to them. I've seen that the president had said that she wants to bring groups together so that there can be reconciliation. I think this is a point which would be very valuable for them to reconsider their national document, which is a constitution, and see if they can go to a referendum, because suppression can no longer work. And even if to tie it to the cybercrimes thing that you've said, in terms of our election now projecting to Kenya, you know, these things have always happened. People have shut down even one of these presidential aspirants. Si aliaizima internet na TV. Aliwahi shut down a whole media station despite protestations and several court orders. Na saizi anatuambia, oh, you know, this thing, we need to make it right. It's now just coming to the surface, but we've had these draconian things where people in power sort of just disobey court orders and those kinds of things. I don't think the 2027 election will be chaotic. It will be really tense because power centers are changing and the political dynamic is shifting. But we ought to vow to the country that we should never countenance violence of the kind we saw in 2007 and 2008 again. So yes, it's going to be tense, it's going to be whatever, but I don't think it will be a violent election. If it turns out to be a violent election, then we are teetering on such a precarious point where we could have a failed state. So every political player, and that's why you can even see them, yes, they're just hammering each other, but nobody's pushing towards mass action. And that's why even when you hear anyone building or beating tribal drums, I'm just like, no, condemn them to the highest possible. This is not a time for you to forgive anyone who's beating tribal narratives. Don't tell me this Atibaba would have forgiven. No. Anyone who tries to incite, because once those dog whistles are awakened, if everyone goes back to their tribal pain, sasa watu wa Northeastern na Wagala massacre, which killed thousands, men were lined up, wakalazwa kwa lami na wakashutiwa. Wakianza sasa kusema ilikuwa nani alikuwa uongozini, the shootings that happened in Kisumu, the brutalization that has happened even to the people in Central. Like, if everybody goes back to their tribal cocoons, we'll have a failed state. So I don't think we should never allow ourselves to go back to that moment. We shouldn't, yeah.
All righty. There you have it from Kasmuel Oure.
Yes.
You know the way the Luos pronounce it. Oure.
Yes.
Kasmuel Oure.
Oure. Yes.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Man, we've spoken about so much. It's like 3 hours the video.
Ish.
3 hours in it.
I didn't
Man,
think.
3 hours. So 1 hour, 30 minutes talking, 1 hour, 40 minutes talking about Baba. Then this other hour talking about ODM and also the country and Tanzania politics and all that. Thank you for watching. If you're watching us and you have not subscribed, Maze, unatuangusha, man. Come on, man. Yeah, but thank you for coming through. Me, I wish you all the best in your political career because I've seen the trajectory it's taken. Awesome. It's like now there's no turning back.
The only way is forward.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes and then all the best.
Asante.
If you need us, PT hapa tuonge. This is a public space for you and the people watching. Kujeni muonge museme iwatoke.
Songe nayo. You're doing a good job. I think in terms of even furthering political discourse and tolerance in the country.
Yeah.
And you ask the hard questions. I appreciate that about this platform. Okay. And thank you for yielding your time and yourself to do. This is not easy work. I know it's not easy at all. But unafanya kazi poa sana.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for watching. I'm coming up next to the next guest. I've seen Sami Kioko just walked in. Macarena amefika? Bado? Yeah, so Sami Kioko, Macarena, we still have Prince Inda, we have the TikTokers, that is Swings Mauno, Priscilla Waimani, and MC Chris, the whole shebang. So as we are until morning, man, till Kingdom comes, see you guys in a short while.